going on, all? Dar is okay, by the way, just so you know. But she was on her way from our place down to my brother's place, and she's on the highway 2, the Trans Canada, and doesn't she blow a fucking tire? Like at full speed, blows a fucking tire. So she's all right. She got it off the side of the road. She got it. Everything's cool. She's safe. Fuck whatever, the rim. I think the rim. She sent me pictures of the rim. She's okay though. So I don't give a fuck about the car. I don't give a shit about the rim. I don't give a damn about any of that. She's all right. CAA. She's got CAA plus, so they're on their way down. That's what she's waiting for. She's just sitting there now. So she's just waiting for CAA to get there, and then they're gonna make a decision. They'll probably just throw the donut on it, and so she can get back down to back over to my brother's place. And she'll carry on with her day. My brother's already said her and Cheryl can fuck off and go do their girl day, whatever they were gonna do, and Glenn will take care of the car for me. That's the nice thing about having a younger brother, eh? That's, he knows he'll pound your face. He knows I'll pound his face, and if he doesn't do it, no, I'm just kidding. But it's a nice thing about having family around like that that'll take care of that. So he'll go take care of the car, get the tire, get the rim, whatever's got to get done, get it all set up. So hopefully that's all good. Hopefully we'll have some good news. See how that goes. Me myself. I'm sitting in a Love's truck stop in Hampshire, Illinois, just outside. If you go up just off the 90, just northwest of Chicago, just northwest of Chicago. I got to deliver in Chicago. I was supposed to deliver yesterday. My appointment was for yesterday, but we had trailer issues up in Swift Current, and I lost better part of 3/4 of a day dealing with a trailer. So I didn't make my appointment yesterday. So they're paying me to sit on this. I got to sit on it, when I got down here last night. And so they're paying me to sit there last night, tonight, and tomorrow night. It delivers Monday morning. And then I've already got my reload. I got to run over to Pequot, Ohio, grab my reload and get the hell out of there and get back up to the yard. Excuse me, and get back on the old ingots. Let's get back to making some money. This spot market out in the real world trucking bullshit sucks, man. It sucks. I did Tyrannus. I could read the comments, right? Even though I wasn't live, you guys were typing when I typed it back, and I was on the phone with Dar, and I told her, I said, Tyrannus says you have issues, honey. She's like, what? What are you talking about? I had to read her the comments. So then she jumped in, obviously, right? So, good to see you, Tyrannus. Thanks for hanging, brother. Sky's the limit 73. Good to see you, man. Jim 64. Good to see you around, Jim. Good to see you around, brother. Karen, fellow Canadian. There you go, Karen. Good to see you. Guys, do me a favor, hit the like button. It helps. I appreciate it. Hit the like, everyone. Thanks, Camille. Good to see you. I figured I better start early, otherwise Camille will be in bed. Guard dog, what's going on, Johnny? You like that I sent you this morning? Isn't that goddamn true or what, eh? Isn't that true? I stand by that. Flatbed, good to see you. My Adventures. Chris, good to see you, man. Love that video you did the other day there. Good job. Good job. I like the fact, Chris, that you're putting across the and I don't do it as well as you do. But even when you're doing your videos and the work that you're showing that you're doing, you are a dead-on professional. Like if I owned a flatbed company and I was going to have somebody representing my company that I would want out there or as a trainer to train these guys and make sure all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, Chris, you're it. You're it. So keep doing what you're doing, bro. It's very helpful. pick up tips, pick up stuff every time we see, every time I see what you're doing. Even though I've been doing it probably 10 times longer than you have, I still pick up a tip here and there of shit that you're doing, or I'll see something the way you folded something, or you've done something with a tarp, and I'll go, not a bad idea. I'll hang on to that. So keep it up, bro. You're doing good. Flatbed, hello. Good to see you, man. I'm in a very active area, so it's very hard. I don't know. Dar, get Dar a Hellcat and give her head a shake. Are you crazy? She's got a Civic Sport, which, by the way, is up for sale. She's selling her car. So the Civic is on its way out, and I think her Sportage or her Santa Fe, or actually, let's be honest, she's probably going to go back with another Honda, so it's going to be a CRV. She's going to get a CRV. That's on its way in. So, yeah. A Kitty Craze Hellcat. That's actually not a bad. That's pretty good, Tyrannus. That's not too bad there, brother. A Kitty Craze Hellcat. You take the Hellcat badge off and you put Dar's logo. You know how they got the Hellcat badging on the side, right by the front wheel well there. You take that off, right, and you put Dar's Kitty Craze logo on there, right? Not bad. Tyke, Robert, my man, representing strong. Dude, what the frick happened with you last night? I was trying to follow you. I was in your live. I was trying to follow. I think 2-4 was in there. We were both, and Dar was in there, and dude, you were pissed at something, but man, your mouth was moving so goddamn fast, I couldn't understand your English. I'm fucking English, and I can't understand your English. Damn it, boy. Get Dar a Lightning, a Ford Lightning. No, the only Ford that I think Dar wants, if she was going to drive a Ford, I think the only one she wants is very simple. She wants a Mustang, just a GT, nothing fancy, not the dark horse like Kamal's saying. She just wants a GT, a nice little fucking 5-liter, nothing over the top. That's what if she was going to get a Ford, but that would have to be like a summer car. That would have to be like a summer car. Those you're not going to drive that around in the winter. So she would have to fucking, she'd have to have the Mustang for the summer, and then the SUV for the fall and the winter, whatever like that. I would love for her to have one. And I'll be honest with you, if I can find one, I wouldn't get her a new one, but if I could find her like a 17 or an 18 with low enough miles on it, because remember in Alberta, in Ontario, they're retards. They'll drive a GT all year round, all through the winter, all through the snow. But in Alberta, they put them away. So if you can get like a 16, 17, or an 18, and it's got low mileage on it, and I can get it for the right price, I'll buy her the car as a second car. Now, don't tell her that I'm talking about this, right? She'll be all excited and expectant. Mike Genesis, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Tyke, you can't remember pissed up and pissed off. Yeah, well, you were definitely both of those. And then I think you were fucking around with your screen, trying to get your screen, and it kept going in, it kept going out, it kept going in, it kept going out. And then I'll be honest with you, Robert, I think that YouTube had I don't know what happened, but I think YouTube went, fuck this, and they pulled the plug on you. I think they just pulled the plug on you. So either way, brother, it was fucking awesome to see you. And you were wearing my shirt. You were wearing my shirt. If you're going to represent, you might as well represent strong, Robert. You pulled it off, brother. Thank you. I think it's customary. You get a new castle, you get a new ride. Mr. B's, I don't disagree. That was part of the deal, right? She wanted to lose the Civic. She wanted to lose the Civic when we got out there, so it's part of the deal. So she knows there's an SUV coming. The dream would be to walk up to some guy's house that's got the SUV for sale and a Mustang for sale, and I'll just wrap them both up in a package deal and pay cash and walk away. I got a feeling she's not in here. Oh yeah, she is in here. I was gonna say I haven't seen her in the chat for a little while. I got a feeling the tow truck guy is there taking the guy is there servicing her right now. Only need one car. Yeah, well. Either way. What's going on, Patrick? Good to see you. I don't usually do Saturday mornings, but, well, it is still technically Saturday morning, isn't it? Yeah, it is for me. It's only 11:25 for me. So I'm in Illinois time. So the house is settled. I did a quick live last week there from the house, but there was still shit everywhere, like absolute shit everywhere. But for the most part, everything's unpacked, everything's settled. The house is, now it's just a matter of making the phone calls. Okay, you got to switch over your insurance, you got to switch over your car, your plates, your ownership. Unfortunately, that's got to fall on Dar's shoulders to take care of most of that, because I had to book a load and get the hell out of town, and I had to go back to work. So, there's one thing wrong with what you said, Tyrannus. Exactly. One car and wheel burners, motorcycles. I think there's no teeth, so the S don't sound right, but it's motorcycles. Brian doesn't drive. No, I aim, buddy. I don't drive. I fucking aim that motherfucker. Dar's getting a bike too, by the way, just in case you guys didn't know. She will be studying for her motor out in Alberta. It's a class, I think it's a class 7, right? In Ontario, it's a class M, right? Motorcycle. But in Alberta, it's a class 7. So Dar is studying for her class 7. She's going to write the test. She's then going to take the weekend. She's going to take a weekend course, and we're going to go from there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. My bike too. Y'all need a real trike. You know what, dog? I was looking at those. No, Dar doesn't like them, right? Dar doesn't like them. Like the real old school, nice, she doesn't like them. She wants to go with one of the Can-Am Spiders. She likes those. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. We were out looking at them, man. Not bad. They're not bad. They got a much higher safety rating than say motorcycles do. But those things are fucking comfortable. Those things are comfortable, man. So she's looking at one of the Can-Am Spiders. She even got the color she wants. Like, it has to be, it's a woman's bike, right? So it's got to be her color, her bike, her color. I don't have a say in it. And why should I? It's hers, right? Look old school with new tech. I like them. Dog, I do like them. And you know what? It might be something that one day that I would possibly get for myself. When you can't, when you're just it just doesn't work anymore. And you can't kick that leg over. Or, just you've taken too many whatever bumps, whatever. You need something a little smoother. I don't mind them. But for now, for the time being, I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, what I've got coming down. But, yeah, it's pretty. I like it. Some people may not like. I'm going to tell you this, though. It's not a Harley. It's not. It is an import. Okay, it is an import. So and I'll tell you this, it's going to be it's Japanese. But whether you like them or you don't, that's what I'm picking up. So Bassmatic, I was away for 2 months. Anything happen? Yeah, we all shaved off our beards. We raised 12 grand for charity. You missed that. Let's see. Biden lost his fucking mind. That wasn't new, anything really new. We all saw that coming. Trudeau lost his wife and his family. We didn't. That's no big surprise. We saw that coming. Dar just blew a tire on the side of the Trans Canada. We didn't see that coming. Other than that, man, we're just driving around trucking, looking at shit, just like the old days. A trike you can get set up however you want. Yeah, I know. That's actually kind of cool. I've looked at them as well. The thing is on those, Johnny, they're pricey, baby. They're pricey. Like to get a nice one, they're pricey. They ain't cheap, man. They ain't cheap. Even if you're picking up a secondhand one, you're still looking at some dough. I'm not prepared at this time right now to go balls to the wall, right? I got a budget. I know what I can spend, so I got to keep it within reason. And you know me, you know what I'm like. I go, oh yeah, I've got a budget, and I've said this before. Oh yeah, I've got a budget, and then I go blow the budget, right? And it's like, oh yeah, well, it's easier to beg for forgiveness and ask for permission, but this time here, I honestly, if I want everything else to fall into place the way it is really nicely, then I need to keep the budget. So we're not going to be blowing the budget up on this one. Excuse me. Dodalina, good to see you. Good to see you. I wasn't answering your emails. Dar was, but yeah, I saw the pictures. Jesus Christ, they're beautiful. Thank you very much. I'm not going to say anything else. That's all I'm just going to say about that. Thank you very much. Welcome. Yeah, I want a trike with a 4-cylinder engine and my setup on it. Yeah, again, you're not going to pay regular builder price on that, dude. That's there's no MSRP on that, right? Once you get into custom work and shit like that, you're looking at some big bucks. Trucking with Corey G, good to see you, man. Yeah, you know what, Corey? I am alive. I've kind of put YouTube on the back burner, and I did for about 2.5 weeks here. And I don't make any apologies, and I did it for a reason, because we were doing the move. I had a lot going on, and I had to make sure that all of my attention and focus was on what we were doing, getting that move going, making the move happen, getting everything settled. I had so many moving parts with this going on that I didn't want to distract myself with YouTube. So I didn't. I just kind of, put up a couple of shorts. I did a live a week ago from the house just to sort of make an appearance type deal. But now we're back. The house is good. Everything's settled. Everybody's got their groove going. Everybody's in fine form right now. Fucking Dar, man. Jesus Christ. She's already been out gallivanting across the Alberta countryside. She's already been out to see the hoodoos. She's going up to the mountains tomorrow. She's on her way down to my brother's place to go hang out with. They're gonna have a girls' day and do some shopping and do some shit down in Calgary. So they're she's been all over the goddamn place. She's having a great time, and fucking, I'm happy for her. So tell me about your new wheel burner studio out in the back. Well, you saw the picture of where it's going, right, Mr. Bees? And it's actually really, really cool. My brother and I were looking at it. It needs very minimal to do. It's a 14 by 12. I thought it was a 10 by 12, but it's 14 by 12, fully insulated, like shed. Like it's actually an outbuilding. It's not even a shed. It's an outbuilding with window, blah, 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 blah. It's 14 by 12. and it is going to be it's going to be finished probably. I'll be going back home in 3 weeks. I'll be flying back up in 3 weeks. I'll be home for 5 days, and we're gonna put final touches on it to make the build to get it set up, and then to bring the equipment in and everything like that. So we're probably looking at having it up and operational and running in about a month. In about a month, Mr. Beast. Well, the only thing I have to do that it's not plumbed for hydro, so I gotta get somebody in to run electricity, to run power out to it, and that's I've already been told that's not a problem. That's not a problem from the house to the building. Not a problem at all. So yeah, I'm actually really happy about that, because we're actually gonna have an extractor put in as well. I can sit in there, or 10 of us can sit in there and smoke cigars and make as much noise and everything as we want, and nobody's going to hear a goddamn thing, and smoke our brains out. So find a builder to make the frame and then make it from there. Well, Johnny, back in the day, we used to build our own frames. I know how to build a frame. Now, a trike, I've never done. I've never done a trike. I would have to refer to somebody else for a trike. And it would probably take me a while. I'd probably have to burn off 2 or 3 frames to get the feel and get the. There's a lot of math to building a frame, believe it or not. It's not just a matter of just going out and bending some pipes. There's a lot more to it. So they missed Trump, so Biden ran off. Yeah, pretty damn much, eh? Wow, look, well, shit. I'm trying to do that with a southern accent. Well, shit. Look who's live. 2-4, good to see you, as always, brother. As always. Great seeing you, man. Not gonna lie, Goldwing is the mind game. No, I'm not getting a Goldwing. Although I got nothing against them. They're great for touring, man. You want to fucking drive, you want to ride from, New York City to Los Angeles, that's the bike you probably want to do it on. They're comfortable, but that's not what I'm looking at. That's not what. Although the bike that I'm getting, or one of them is you can do that. It'll make that kind of journey no problem. It's set up for that. So Goldwing is the end game. Yeah, they're great for cruising. If you are strictly in for, especially it's Honda, so they're reliable. The engines on them are bulletproof, and they're comfortable. Like, they are comfortable. Like, it's been a lot of years since I've been on one, but those Goldwings are fucking comfortable, man. Like, you could be more comfortable on a Goldwing, even as the rider or the passenger. You can be more comfortable on one of them than you can be in a car. Like, that's how comfortable these damn things are. Yeah, there's the charity drive. The charity drive stream. That was awesome. Forgotten Angels. We've got actually not to I'm just gonna kind of throw this out there. I threw it out there a couple of weeks ago again. We might actually be doing a little more work with them. Not necessarily another beard shave, whatever like that, but I really, really, really like what Dave and Cindy are doing down there. And they're good people, and they were appreciative of what we did, and they've reached out, and we've responded, and it looks like we're going to do some more. We might going to do some more work with them. I'm not going to throw anything else out there, because you know what, it's kind of cool, and it's not my gig. This would be Dave and Cindy's gig, so I'm not in any position to expose or let anything out of the bag, because it's not mine to do. So with that, I'm just going to shut up, and that's it. Take care of that. So, anywho, that pic you set is gold. I'm getting that printed. You like that, eh? I think 2-4 has it. No, 2-4 does know the bike. I did leak it to 2-4, And I do know that 2-4 accepts very large bribes. So if you throw enough money at him, he will expose it. But I don't think it's that big of a deal, to be honest with you. Shannon Tomstruck, and there you go. How you doing, babe? Good afternoon, everyone. Love you, brother. I love you too, Shannon. Always a pleasure. Always great to see you. Goldwing is not a bike. It's a two-wheeled car. You know, you're damn right, Robert. The stereo system, like I've been driving the truck, and I've had like one of those go by me. Even the new Harleys, like you get one of the new Road Kings or something like that with the stereo system and those things. They got a nicer stereo on that bike than I got in this truck or in my car. It's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. And smooth. Like, who has one? Well, Sterling's doesn't. I don't think he has a Goldwing. He's got a Yamaha. What is the Yamaha that Sterling's got? But anyway, the ride quality, when you see Sterling and his cameras are set up and everything, there's not a bump. Like those things take the road so well. A CVOST is a hella comfy for a long distance. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of bikes now that they are going back to the old cruising style. More people. Sport bikes are great. They have their place. You know, back in the day, you know, I had the GSXR 1100. You know, it was a fucking rocket. You know, I had a 92 Heritage Softail. I think I had an 88. It was an 88 or an 89 GSXR. I had them. I rode them. They were fun. They had their purpose and they were good for farting around. But I think the industry now is falling back. That there's more people my age wanting to ride, and they don't want to ride crotch rockets. You know, they don't want to be. You know, they don't want rice burners. So they're looking at combining a little bit more of the sport element, but they're building in the cruiser element to it as well. So, and I think that's what they're doing. And that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. You know, I'm looking at something that, you know, when I crack it, when I give that thing a crack, it's going to fucking pick up and go. But I can sit on that bike for, you know, I can make an 8-hour day out of it and not get off of it and be like, like that, you know? So that's what we're looking at. Yeah, 14 by 12 is a nice setup. It's a nice setup because I can set it up in different configurations. I'm actually the idea that the blueprint that I have in my mind, Mr. Bees. I don't know. I know a lot of you probably do, but how many of you watch Rogan? Right? I like the way Rogan has his set up. He's got the table. He's on one side. His guests are on the other side. He's got two cameras, you know, one on either, showing this and that, flipping back. The studio we've got is big enough I can have that set up and then do the decor and everything the way I want it. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. And let's face it, man, we're talking like minimal dollars. Not like I got to sink, you know, $5,000 or $10,000 or anything into it. I can have the whole thing up and operating minus the studio equipment, but the actual building and everything done, the studio finished, everything done. $1,000, $1,200, done. You know, and that includes having the power run out to it. So that's cool. That's the fun of building something yourself. Yeah, exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's actually not brick, Mr. Bees. If you look at it, it's stucco, but it's the same stucco that's on the house. So it's the heavy wear. I don't know. I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know a lot about stucco. I've always insisted on every house that I've owned I've always insisted on buying a brick house, and so is Dar. We've always wanted brick for its reliability, its dependability, its durability, and it holds the heat better. Now in Alberta, they don't do a lot of brick; they do a lot of vinyl siding, and then the upgrade to the vinyl siding is the stucco. Because it holds the heat. So the actual the studio building itself is actually stucco. But yeah, holding the heat and holding the air conditioning, like it'll be air conditioned as well. It'll be heated in AC. And either way, whichever way, whatever season, it'll help hold the heat or it'll hold the cool. So yeah, I'm actually like, I walked into this. If I was going to build a little building and have it built for me, this is pretty much what I would have had built, and I didn't have to do it. It was sitting there waiting. A Triumph Thunderbird. No Thunderbirds, no Triumphs. Nope, don't talk. I appreciate that. Triumphs are probably the world's best motorcycles. I don't know. I can't, you know what, Tyrannus, I can't talk. I'd be talking out of ignorance if I said anything. Only, believe it or not, I've never ridden one. I've seen them. I've seen a million of them. I've sat on one, but I've never taken one for a ride. And I don't mean, okay, you take it up around the parking lot and tootle around. No, I mean, like for to get an honest opinion, you'd have to give it to me for a week. Right, I'd have to turn some miles on it to give you an honest opinion, and I don't have that. Harleys all day long, right? Ridden just about every make, model, and everything of Harley you can think of. But the Triumphs, no. Same with the BMWs. Never ridden one. Not a big fan of them. I don't like the way that. Be honest with you, you know what it is with the BMW bikes? I don't like the way they sound. I don't. Ducatis, love the way they sound. BMWs, I don't like the way they sound. That's enough to turn me off of buying one. I don't like the way it sounds. It's like when you're looking at something, it could be the most delicious thing in the world, but if it looks like shit, I ain't eating it. You know? Come on, Brian. If it's not a Harley or an Indian, it's a scooter. Well, the one I'm looking at is an 1800cc scooter. Let me tell you that, okay? It's an 1800cc scooter. Karen saying hi to 2-4. Problem with riding is there are too many stupid people driving down the road. Well, that is an issue, and it does make me feel better knowing that Dara is going to be on a Spider. They're a little more stable. They will take the road a little better. Like if for any reason you're on a gravel road, as opposed to say you got to come off the pavement, the asphalt. So. That does make me feel a little bit better knowing that she's going to be on a Spider and that's what she wants. But I 100% agree with you. Come on, dog, doing what we do out here. How many accidents and how many wrecks and how much shit have we seen happen? Right? There's just too many stupid fucking people out here. In recent news, Harley is ending USA productions and moving his factories to Thailand. The new CEO is full of woke. Oh my God. I did not hear that. Jesus Christ. It's another reason why I'm not buying a Harley now. See? You did it right there for me. If I'm gonna get a Harley, I'll be honest with you, if I'm gonna get a Harley, I'm gonna go back and get like an old fucking 58, 59, 60, right? Get an old flathead, get an old knucklehead, easy to work on, still get parts for them. They fucking leak oil and shit all over the fucking place. I love that. Tolga's in the house. Good to see you, Tolga. Good to see you, brother. Long time no seen. Yeah, exactly what it is. Adventure bikes are best, especially out west. Big dog, I appreciate that. Yeah, it is. They are. I like where we are now, especially in Alberta. because you've got Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. You got a lot of open road. And then if you go south out of Alberta into the U.S., you're right into Montana. Like that is some of the most Montana, Wyoming, all of that. That is some of the most beautiful riding country you can ever ride through. Excuse me, it's great. I have been to the Rogan studio. I have not. I've seen a million episodes of it, but I have not been there. But I am gonna base my model on his, something like that. Obviously, I don't have a $500 million budget that he has, but hey, you go with what you got, right? You run what you brung. So that's what we're going to do. Everyone's saying hi to Tolga. Always good to see Tolga. Thank God he's here. Pan America. Yeah, there you go. You got to ride a Triumph Triple at least once. Well, I would like to get on one. I know that Buck Brown's got one. No, Buck Brown's got an Indian. Sorry. I'd like to take a spin on Buck's, but he's got an Indian Scout, I think, and that thing's fucking tiny. It would be like me trying to get onto a Sportster, right? My goddamn knees would be up around my ears, and I'd be like this. So I think it's way too small. But I'd like to take it for a rep, as long as nobody's sitting around with a camera. Chris Friesta, AK-47 sounding mufflers pissed me off. AK-47 sounding mufflers pissed. Yeah, dude, Chris, I agree with you. I agree on cars or bikes. You know, when you've got that little Acura Integra going by you, and he's got a fucking soup can on the back of it that big, and all you hear is ah. It's like, oh my God. I hope that thing just falls off. Just falls off. You are getting a VTX 1800. I am not. You're in the right ballpark, though. You're in the right ballpark. I am not. My personal opinion, everybody pay attention. This is Karen's personal opinion. Ontario breeds the most stupid people. Well, Karen, I can't disagree with you. I will jump on board with your opinion on that. I must have missed some conversation up there, but I'm not going back. Harley is in deep shit. Sturgis tent is empty. Stock is crashing and resale value is bottomed out, all because of woke politics and corporate BS. They already suffered once. It's beyond me why they would do something like this. Because they suffered once when the original Harley Davidson family and the Harley family sold the company, and it was sold, and they started making Japanese Harley Davidsons, right? Basically what they did. Now the company got back American owned again, and American owned and operated, and they went back to building bikes, and they were again back to being Harley Davidsons. True, what you and I think of Harley Davidsons. And now they're going to go do this. They're going to move it to Taiwan because of woke. Sorry. No, I won't buy it. Now, I'm a Canadian. So when I say I don't want to buy American, I'm not saying America because it's Thai, but I would buy an American Harley if it was an American Harley. They don't build Harleys in Canada, so. Watched a short yesterday where a guy crushed 2 Harleys with an excavator over Sister-in-law HD wokeness. Well, hey, I would believe that. If you've got the money to do it, burn them. Drive into the living room and work on it all winter. Agreed. The new house, get this, the new house also has a fully insulated and heated garage. And it's not as big as my other garage. Like I don't have the 24-foot ceilings, and I can't, it's not 1.5 cars deep, But you can put a Ford F-150 full size, like an 8 size, the full size F-150 into this thing, and still, you can park two F-150s side by side, and you can still get the garage door closed and still have enough room to walk around the trucks. So I'm actually thinking, just as a hobby, I'm going to get back into it, because we used to do it years and years ago. My brother and I and a bunch of other guys, we used to work on our own bikes. We used to build our own bikes. We used to do a lot of fabricating. And I think, you know what, I might actually, if I'm going to get back into playing with bikes again, I think I might actually buy a couple of stands, put the toolboxes back together, and maybe just start tinkering in the garage on the times when I'm home, right? I got a fully insulated garage. I can work all winter in the garage on bikes and just hang out in there and smoke cigars and work on bikes. And why not, right? It's a nice hobby to have. I got a friend of mine. He does quite well. You know, he'll buy up an old bike, you know, sort of like what you see on TV. Buy up an old bike. He'll bring it home, spend a couple of weeks, a month, whatever, tinkering, and then he'll flip it. And he makes enough money on it that it's worth his while to do. No, he's got a full-time job. It's just a hobby. But, you know, it doesn't hurt to put a couple extra $1,000 a month in your pocket, right? That pays for your beer and cigars. I seen a thing last night about pink cocaine. Even Coke has gone woke. Mr. Bees, you're a champ. You are the boss, man. You really are. Woke equals DEI. What does woke mean? Woke, I guess, in my brain, a woke person is somebody that's running around expecting all of us to respect them and their gender or their gender politics, and they expect us to respect that and not have an opinion about it. If you're a woke person, if you look at somebody that's woke, it's somebody basically, in my opinion, you're sitting off in fucking fairyland, because I don't respect anybody that doesn't earn it. I don't just automatically meet you and respect you. I will be respectful to you if I meet you. But you don't hold my respect until I know you. I've sat with you. I get to know you. I've shared a meal with you. I've been across. I will respect you when I know that I can put I can put some of my trust in you, and something will get done, or I don't have to worry about things. That's the type of respect the type of man that I am. I won't just give you respect. It has to be earned. And I'm the same way. I don't expect anybody to just respect me. You know, if you're going to respect me, it's because of the man that I am, what I've put up, what I represent, and what I stand behind. You know, I don't, if I say something that's wrong, or if you say something that's wrong, stand up and admit, yeah, I said something fucking wrong. You know, or if I misquote something and it's wrong and I'm corrected, okay, I made a mistake. You know, that's how you earn my respect. Live up to your mistakes. Take responsibility for yourself. Be a leader. You know, be a leader in your community. Be a leader in your family. Be a leader, you know, in your industry, whatever you can. Those people are the people that I respect. Those people, and that's what I try to aspire to be. Right? I don't always succeed. I'm not always successful, but I do my damn best. Nobody's perfect. You know, we strive for it's something I was taught years ago. It says strive for perfection, knowing you're never going to reach it. If you can do that, you'll be respected. You know, if you can strive for perfection, don't take shortcuts. It's too easy to take a shortcut. Way too easy to take shortcuts. Look around the world today. Everybody's taking fucking shortcuts. Politics, business, industry, fucking Trucking is one of the biggest ones for shortcuts. Come on. What's happening with Harley is at the corporate board level. So I can't make up my mind. I got a full coffee and I got a full Dr. Pepper, and I'm just bouncing back and forth. I'm going to be right wired by the time I'm done here. Gee, I only have to sit here for 2.5 days, bouncing off the inside of my truck. The shortest way I could, this just entered my mind. A liberal. Most of the liberals today are woke. Trucking with Corey G. Shannon Thomas Trucking. Shannon Thomas Trucking. You know the Hollywood and the BS going on. One with DEI stuff. That's woke. Guard Dog Harley's been going downhill for some time and losing tons of money for years. Their last ditch effort was to go woke just to try to sell bikes. If that's what they're doing, I didn't hear about that. But if that's what they're doing, that sucks balls, man. Dar's going to be another. It's going to be another hour before they can get down to you. Jesus Christ! What are you paying for CAA Plus for if you don't? If Jesus Christ! She's on the Trans-Canada in Alberta. Find a bush. You find a bush, Johnny. There's no bushes where she's at. Where she's at right now, it's so goddamn flat. There's not even a blade of grass she could hide behind. I can't even get past digital dashboards on motorcycles. Well, I'm not a big fan of a digital dash on anything. On anything, Tyrannus. Trucks, cars. Dar's car's got the digital dash. I'm not a big fan of it, but it has not conked out. Every truck company I know, Pete, Kenworth, Freightliner, Volvo, they've all had issues with digital dashes. If by chance in a million years I was ever to buy another truck, and I'm not going to, but if I did, I would have analog. I'd make sure the dash is analog. I would never have a digital dash. On a motorcycle, no. The bikes that I'm hooking onto, neither of them are digital. She's gonna piss her pants. Hey, got a jug? See? Driving around out there, baby, you should always have a jug. Are my glasses just not sitting right here or what? Holy Christ. Come on, man. Let's get this. There we go. Sorry about the glare. Nothing I can do about it. She's out in the open, Corey. Absolutely out in the open. Harley already manufactured in Thailand and India for the global market. They were only producing motorcycles here for the U.S. market. Well, if they stop all production out of the U.S., I don't think the Harley brand will live through it. I don't think they will. I think, well, maybe they will. I think the European market will give them sales because you go over to especially mid Europe. You go over to like Portugal, Italy, France, and anything like that. Harleys are big over there, and I don't think they give a rat's ass whether they're made in Thailand or whether they're made in America. They just want it because it says Harley on it. Water a tree or a bush. Hey, you know what? It wouldn't be the first time. You know what? Open the passenger door and pop a squat, babe. Pop a squat, you know. Jim saying hi to Tolga. Dodie, you're looking good, bro. Thanks, Dodie. We're doing a little better taking care of ourselves. As you may, I don't know if you guys can see a difference, but I already do. I've started to tone a little bit. The weight's come down. We've dropped some more pounds, not as much as I would like. I'm still in the teens. I'm 200 and teen something. I'd like to get down to about 210, 205, 210, but not too bad. You know, like, but the chest has come back, like it's nice. The shoulders, up here is starting to come in nice. The arms are coming in real nice. I'm really happy with that. Doing okay, doing okay. It's actually making things better for my back, right? It's alleviating a lot of pressure and stress on my back, so I'm a lot more mobile. In simple meaning, woke equals bunch of idiots. There you go. Gender, they're just swapping the B to G. Agreed. People would lose their minds if George Carlin was alive. You know what, man? That guy was saying stuff back in those days. Tell me he didn't have a crystal ball. Tell me George Carlin didn't have a crystal ball. That guy was calling shit back in the fucking 80s, right? Late 70s, early 80s. That guy was calling shit back then of what this world was going to be like. And he nailed it. He nailed it. You go back and watch a lot of his old comedy skits. Man, he was killing it. I'm tired of leading. I have complete respect for the term "get off my lawn." Mr. Pease, I can't agree with you more. I agree with that as well. But it's your right. And I respect that. I respect you for that. You hold my respect for that. That's where you stand. You've drawn that line, and that's where you stand. And sir, I respect you for that. So it all falls into, yeah, you don't have to necessarily be a leader to earn my respect. You've drawn your line in the sand and you're not willing to cross it. I respect you for that, sir. Yeah, I'm an FAFO. What's FAFO? Sorry. What's FAFO? Don't know what FAFO is. Fuck all, fuck off. I don't know. Logic's Pub. Hello from heaven. Well, if you're godly sent, son, go help my wife. She's sitting on the side of the road with a blown tire. Yeah, actually, Eric, Johnny just put up Dara's page. Go check that out. She's had some pretty cool adventures, and she's been putting it up on her page of some of the cool shit and some of the places she's been. She took her cat. She took Pootie on an adventure out to the Hooties. Really, really, really cool. Really cool. I'm told that the lottery money goes to the roads and that the schools, while I drove on the roads and I have met the children, we're all being fucking lied to. I agree with that. I'm still 221, been eating better, but no change. Mine is not only the eating better it's the activity level. I got to be active, right? I don't mean I'm going out and I'm not doing calisthenics. I'm not doing aerobics. I'm not doing anything like that, but I'm not sitting around either. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting around in my truck, like today. Like I got to spend all day today, all day tomorrow, and I don't deliver till fucking noon on Monday. So I know that at certain points today, I'm going to get out of this truck and I'm going to do some exercise. And I don't give a shit who's around and who sees me doing it. I don't care. You know, fuck around and find out. Thank you. Fuck around and find out. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Look at this. I just got told by 4 of them. Yeah. I think the most important thing is that, yes, I can watch my diet, alter my diet. Last week, I kind of threw a lot of that because we just ate. We were driving cross country and it was just hard, right? We were doing our best, but we were living on fast food. So that kind of went out the fucking window. But the physical part of it, the diet part of it, not diet. I don't use the word diet because I'm not dieting. All I've done is altered my eating. I've altered my eating schedule, and I've altered what I'm eating, what I'm putting in my body. I'm not dieting. I'm not on a carnivore diet. I'm not on keto. I'm not on anything like that. I have eliminated certain things from my diet. I'm not eating bread or anything to do with any kind of bread or anything like that, wheat. Although I do still eat rice, not a lot, right? I tried to eat brown rice, couldn't do it. So but what I'm doing is I'm eating very small portions of a little bit of white rice. I'm eating a lot of pork, a lot of sausages. I'm eating a lot of meat, right? But don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm not on a carnivore diet. I'm still eating salad. Um, I do have every in the morning, like this morning, I got up, I had a banana, I had some yogurt. That was my breakfast. But I think it's taking all of this and doing some physical exercise. And when I say that again, I don't mean I'm not pounding weights. I'm not lifting weights. I'm not doing anything of the sort like that. I'm just physically active. And the weight is, I was hoping it would come off a little faster. Like I think I started this, I was around 220. Then I got down to like 217. Then I went up to 219. And I think when I left the house there, I was at about 214. I was like 214.8. So what's that? You might say 215, right? So I was at 215. But what I'm finding is if you're replacing fat mass with muscle mass, muscle weighs more than fat. So you might actually drop some weight in the beginning because you're dropping the fat. But when you're building some muscle back up, you might actually put the weight back on. It's a balance. I haven't found that balance yet. And I'm really, to be honest with you, I'm not overly excited about, I'm not going into nutritionists and having them, set me up on all of that kind of shit. I'm not doing any of that kind of shit. I'm just going to do this. All I'm doing is I'm doing this so that these muscles here are built up and these muscles through my core are built up to alleviate, to pick up the slack from my back, my lower back. All the muscles in my lower back are damaged and they're overworked. And my back and my spine don't have the ability to do their jobs 100%. And that's what I'm paying for. And so I'm relying on the rest of my body, the muscles of my body, to pick up the slack for that. And that's what I'm doing. Gambling is illegal, unethical, immoral, unless the government has sanctioned it. Yeah, funny how that is, eh? Funny how that is. And the only reason it's legal because the government sanctioned it is because they got their dirty, grubby little fucking fingers into it, so they're getting a piece of that pie. And that's a big piece of pie, let me tell you. Castle doctrine. Every Englishman's home is his castle. We were always taught that. Your home is your castle. There was a thing, not a thing, sorry. This about a week ago, we got moved in and we got all the shit everywhere. And at one point, Dar was getting a little overwhelmed, right? Because we bought, remember, we didn't come out and see the house. We took the virtual tours. Our real estate agent went in and he took the video. He did the live video with us, so we could see the house, but we couldn't physically be there. And when we finally got in there, there was a couple things, and Dar was getting a little overwhelmed. And she started with my other house had this, and this is this, and I wish it had that. And it's like, you know what, babe? The house doesn't make the home. The house is just a building. That's all the house is. That's all this is. It's just a building where we are, where we put all our shit, right? And where we live. The house isn't the home. The home is whatever you make it. So getting frustrated, and I was a little frustrated too, because there was a couple of things about the house. And it's like, don't get me wrong, there weren't big glaring things. There was no problems with the house. It was just, it was designed and set up, and it's not as open concept as the other house is. So it's we actually might have, we've got too much stuff to go in the house, believe it or not. And it's funny because this house is actually square footage wise actually bigger than the other house, but it's just laid out differently. So she was struggling with the layout and certain things and everything like that. And it was like, you know what, babe, the house isn't the home. We make it the home. You are going to make it a home. You use your vision. Dara has great vision for this kind of stuff. She can look at something and go, oh, I can do this, or I can do this, I can do this. Whereas certain people like me, I would look at it and go, I could maybe do that with it. And I don't know. I don't have that. Certain people do. Dar has that. She can look at like a home or situation, something like that, and she can make it her own. I don't necessarily have that. I have a man cave, so I have my vision for that. But when it comes to like a house or something like that, Dar's got that covered. So, but she was getting a little frustrated, and I had to say to her, it's like, you know, let's make it your home. The house isn't the home. You're the home. You're the center of this home. You, me, the kids, our family. That's what makes the home. You know, the love in the home, the people in the home, everything that's in the home is the home. It's not the house. It's not the neighborhood. It's not the community. It's not the, you know, blah, 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 blah. It's the people that are in it. And that's what I had to tell her. And you know what? Once she kind of got her head wrapped around that, she's done a fucking awesome job. When I left the house on Tuesday, you'd never know that we had just moved into it. Right? She put her mind to it, and she went, all right, my office is here, the room, cat room, da-da-da, bedroom. Okay, we're waiting on waiting on a bed, like bed frame and shit like that, so the mattress is still on the floor. It looks like a homeless person, right? But like everything is set up in place. She just put her mind to it and made it happen. Firefighter Jeremy, first responder. Hey, OTR trucker. Well, hey, firefighter Jeremy, first responder. How the hell are you, man? That's a long title, man. You don't mind if I just call you Jeremy or firefighter, do you? I was just having fun earlier putting out a house fire. Well, as long as it wasn't my place. Hold on a second. Fucking lights were on. I don't know why. The lights are on, but nobody's home. Huh? Who knew? Who knew? Dude, most of all of the malls in the USA have a walking track in it. Yeah, I know, eh? You see that? You don't even have to walk through a mall anymore. You can stand basically on a conveyor belt, right? Whatever you want to call that. A conveyor belt. Yeah. You don't even have to worry about it. You will drop inches and go up in weight number. That's what's happening to me. That's what's happening to me. And I'm good with it. I'm good with it, dog. It seems to be okay. There are some things I'm missing, right? Like, I'm a potato chip fiend. I haven't been eating potato chips. There's a lot of things I really, really enjoy that I just have cut out and I do miss. The one thing, and I don't care what any of you say, the one thing I refuse to cut out is I'm not cutting out the Dr. Pepper. I do not care. If you told me tomorrow that you're gonna die unless you stop drinking Dr. Pepper, dig the fucking hole. Dig the hole. I'm not stopping. The house is just fine, just the setup is different. There you go. Yo, stranger, T-Bone, how the hell are you, man? Good to see you. Who's that? Good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a while, T-Bone. You guys good? Hopefully you guys are all good. Man, Dar gets that place all done up for Christmas. It's all over with you. Oh, dude, tell me about it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Is your man cave your truck? No. I actually have my own separate outbuilding in this house, and it's not even in the house. It's in the backyard. It's a separate building. It's winterized. It's summerized. And that is the man cave out there. It's gonna be a full studio, broadcast studio, and it's gonna be like that's gonna be where Brian and the boys go to play. See, Dar's liking the house now that it's starting to come together. It just took some time. That's all. No, Mr. Bees, we did not get to keep the ping pong table, although we asked for it. We did ask for it, right? It was one of those, hey, throw in the ping pong table. No. Now, we asked for the barbecue as well, right? Because they had a great big Weber gas barbecue, and the gas is plumbed right into the house, right? It's natural gas. And we asked for that as well, and they went, nope. They weren't willing to give nothing. Excuse me. But when we got there, the barbecue was there. I think it was just too big, and they didn't want to take it. So, hey, we got a barbecue, but no ping pong. I would have rather the ping pong table because I would my own idea for barbecues, but yeah, and that's the other thing, Mr. Beast. We pulled those mats up, you know, from the picture, right? Those stupid rubber mats, those play mats. We pulled those mats up, concrete floor. They never finished it. I shit myself. I'm like, are you effing kidding me? They never finished it. It's concrete floor. So now, well, my daughter and her boyfriend, they've turned that into like their little living room down there, downstairs. And they're good with it, but I do have to finish it, right? They're going to throw down a real nice area rug and take care of it, whatever like that. But I do got to finish it, right? That was a disappointment. That was a disappointment. We weren't expecting that. Speaking of your house, I saw something crazy this week in a group. Canadians have to renew their mortgage every 5 years. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I've never in my life ever taken a 5-year mortgage. Why would I? It's stupid, right? I don't know if we do or we don't. I don't like. You mean like it was put into law, or like it's industry standard? I don't know. Be honest with you, T-Bone. I don't have a clue. When that coffee hits, thank God there's a toilet right there. I'm good. Was having fun early. Taking care of a house fire. Like I said, just be careful. Just be careful. Gotta love our first responders. It's not. They don't have to, T-Bone. It's just what most choose to do. Yeah, that seems crazy to me too. I've never taken the longest mortgage I've ever taken is a 3-year mortgage, right? And in most cases, I go with a 1 because I don't have a lot left to pay. So I want, I'm always pinging on the best mortgage rate that I can get. So you don't care what you call me. Well, Jeremy, that's what it's going to be. It's an average time because then you want to look for a cheaper interest rate. Yeah. It is annoying if you have to go, It is annoying if you have to have a good rate because then you need to pay fees and lawyers and etc. It does suck when you have a 1-year mortgage or a 3-year mortgage because yes, every time you renew your mortgage, you have to go through the lawyer shit and all that again. But what you'll pay, let's say the difference between, let's just say I'll just pull numbers out of my ass here. Okay. So let's just say on a 3-year mortgage, you'll pay 5%. Again, that's not the mortgage rates, but let's just say, right? And then on a 5-year, you'll pay 4.5 or whatever. The length of the term, what you would pay for your lawyer is still less than the money you would save on the longer term of the mortgage. So, is it sometimes worth it to break? Depends. Damn shit, Daria. Believe me, Mr. Bees, I was not fucking happy about that. Not happy about that at all. Okay. I thought that underneath, because obviously, again, we didn't see it. Now, of course, I got pissed off and I was ready to phone the real estate agent who took the tour. And it's like, what, you didn't fucking spot this? It took us about 90 seconds of being in the house to figure this out. Right? 90 seconds. Like this guy had to walk on it, but I didn't. My first idea was to call this guy and blast him, but I didn't. It's not that big a deal, right? The floors on the main floor everything's hardwood, but for some reason our bedroom is carpeted, and the other 2 bedrooms upstairs, because there's 3 bedrooms on the main floor, the other 2 bedrooms got different hardwood than what's on the main floor, right? That's on the living room. Just it's a raised bungalow. So we're looking at this going, this is ridiculous. So we knew that though when we bought the house. We already knew that. So we were good with that. So we know that we are going to be reflooring. We're going to be ripping that up next year and redoing the hardwood. All like everything. Every room's going to have the same, right? Every room's gonna have the same. And what they did is they put hardwood all the way through the kitchen as well, because the main floor is an open concept like our other house, and the kitchen is open. It's got an island, but they put hard. I myself would have liked tile on that section of between the island and like all the cupboards and the kitchen sink and all that kind of shit. I would have liked a real nice tile. So we're going to do all that. But we knew that going in. That wasn't a big surprise. It's not like we walked in and went, oh, fuck, now we have to do. No, we knew that already. The cement when we ripped up the mat under, yeah. The person said, the person in said group could possibly lose their house because their credit score went down because they paid off debt. I don't know if that's, why would your credit score go down if you pay off debt? I know that when you have a credit card and you pay it off, they tell you don't ever cancel credit cards. If you've got a credit card and it's paid off and you don't want it anymore, just take it and put it in a safety deposit box and forget about it. Right? They tell you don't cancel it, because when a canceled card shows up on your credit rating with Equifax or TransUnion, it does actually appear as a negative, right? Your creditors will look at that as a negative, going, oh, well, why is this card canceled? Why? They start thinking that the card was canceled for negative reasons and that there was a problem, because you can't necessarily explain yourself, right? So they tell you don't cancel cards. If you've got a credit card and you don't want to use it anymore and it's paid off, throw it in a box, forget about it. If it doesn't have a yearly fee or anything and it's not going to accumulate anything, forget about it. Just throw it in a box and forget about it. That's what we've done, right? We don't cancel credit cards. We don't do anything like that. Dr. Pepper passed. Yes, I heard that. I heard that last week. I announced it. Pepsi is now number 3. Coca-Cola is still number 1. Dr. Pepper has surpassed Pepsi as the number 2 soft drink in the world. In the world. That's not just in North America. That's the world. Not bad, eh? Who's got good taste? The burner has good taste. The burner tastes good, too. Who do any good to see you, by the way? Glad you could finally make it. Glad you could finally make it. It seems that every time I went live, you were at work, brother. Glad you could find. I got to drink this. There's like that much left. I just got to kill it. Does the outbuilding have an outhouse? No. That is the only thing. But there's a 2-foot gap between the back of the outbuilding and the back of the property line, right? So there's no reason, and it's actually in the corner. Mr. B's has actually seen it. Dog, I'll send you a picture of it, okay? Because Mr. B's has actually seen it. But it's actually in the corner of the property where the 2 fence lines converge, and the building is here. So, in an emergency, you could walk out the door, just walk around the corner. Nobody can see you. You're fully, and you could use the corner, which I've already done twice. You know, I was out back with the dogs and I had to piss. I'm not going in the house. Right in there. I don't think it's big enough to install, and I wouldn't want the smell anyway. Well, I don't know how T-Bone. I don't know how it is in the U.S. I can only speak for mortgages in Canada. It doesn't matter if you have a 500 credit score in Canada. You can get a mortgage. Now, you're going to get, with a 500 credit score, you're going to get like a B. You won't even get a B lender. You'll get a C lender. You're going to be talking to Guido on the corner. You're going to be paying 29.5% for your mortgage, but you can get a mortgage. You know, we're with an A lender, right? Like our mortgage is with a bank, so I don't have to worry about that. Thank you. I'm only here for a minute. Hey, man, I'm grateful anytime you pop in, dude. Yeah, trucking with you. Brian got a 12 by 14 castle outside of the huge ass castle. Well, Dar got the big castle. Brian gets the little. Isn't that the way it always works out? That's just normal for me, right? What about number 2? Dig a hole, dude. If you know if you got to drop a deuce, you're going in the house. I'm not shitting in my own backyard. That's not happening. The dogs, yeah, because you got to pick it up. But if you think I'm going to drop a deuce in my own backyard and then go out with a bag and pick it up, you're nuts. No, for that dog, I'm going in the house. Your new studio identifies as Dar's. No chicken coop. No Dar's chicken coop, not happening. You know, hey, let's be honest, right? Dar's got a nice house. Sorry, we all got a nice house, but let's just say it's Dar's house, right? Brian gets his little studio and his little slice of heaven. It's a win-win for everybody. It really is. I'm all good with it. I got no problem with it. But there ain't gonna be no fucking chicken coops. There ain't gonna be no goddamn chickens anywhere in sight. I can guarantee you that. Fly made it in. It should sick, but it won't sick. Don't worry. Enough with the chickens. Yeah, I know, eh? Just put chickens in the studio, Dar. Well, it's going to have a locked door on it there, Sick. It's going to have a locked door. The studio will have, like, security on it. I'm not leaving, you know, that wide open in the back for somebody to just hop a fence and go walking in and go treeping through there. So it will be locked up. It will have security on it. Dar's actually working right now at putting a new, because the house had a security system in it, but it's a little older and it's obsolete. So she's working right now and having a new system put in. So and that studio is going to be under lock and key, and it's going to be covered as well. Hashtag chickens for. I knew that was coming. I'm surprised it took this long. And of all people, it was Shannon that hit it. I thought for sure T-Bone would have hit that one, but Brian isn't getting it. You don't want to lie; it costs more in the end. Yeah, but what do you do if you got a 5-year mortgage? You're locked in at 5 years, and let's just say again, let's say it's 6%, and then after 2 years, mortgage rates drop to 3 3/4, and you're at fucking 5.5 or 6%. Then you got to break that mortgage to go get that 3.5%, right? I would rather have a 3-year mortgage. Mortgage rates are a fucking gamble. You know, they are a gamble. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what any of the experts say or the analysts say. Nobody on this planet knows exactly what the rates are going to do, whether it be mortgage rates, interest rates, fucking freight rates. I don't care what any other channel or any other YouTuber or any other fucking industry says. Nobody has a crystal ball and nobody knows exactly what these rates or what these are going to do from one day to the next. They may have an idea based on trends, past, whatever. But if anybody's sitting there saying, yeah, you just wait 25 days from now or come the month of February, everything's going to this, and they're full of crap. I'll come out and say it. You're full of shit. That's why I always tell you, I say, go into every situation with your eyes open of what's happening right now. Yes, look down the road. Look ahead of you. Always see what's around, what's ahead of you, whatever industry or whatever you're doing. But deal with what's in front of you. Most mortgage issues issued in Canada have a term of 5 years and are amortized over 25 years. This means you will likely renew your mortgage at least 4 times before it's paid off. Exactly. Pimp J, son, where you been? Damn it, boy. I haven't seen you in forever, man. Mind you, I haven't been around either, so it might be me. Maybe it's not you. Hope you've been well. Stopping to let you know I haven't forgotten about you. Haha. Safe travels, brother. Appreciate that, Pimp. Thank you very much. I'm sitting up right now in Hampshire, Illinois. Just about what am I? About 70. I think it's about 65 miles, but say 70 miles northwest of Chicago. I didn't want to go into Chicago. There's a Flying J in Chicago. There's a couple other little places in Chicago where I could have parked, but I didn't want to, so I stayed outside the city limits. And I've got a better truck stop to sit at. So, howdy to Dar and all the other badasses. Good to see you, Pimp. I'll make you. Hey, you just leave Dar to finish the unpacking. No, actually, most of it, dude. Robin, most of it was done. There are some boxes, but they're the boxes, and there's a couple of totes and shit like that. A lot of that is stuff that we're just moving from one house to the next. It never got unpacked at the last house, so it's just moving. So it's just going to go into storage anyway. But anything, pretty much, I'm not saying everything, but pretty much anything that needed to be unpacked or anything that needed to be, come out and get set up and everything like that. It's done. It's done. Yeah, there wasn't much left to unpack. Exactly. Humberto pees in his tank and gets better fuel mileage, Bri. So keep drinking your Dr. Pepper and coffee. It's better than smoking. I'm not pissing in my fuel tank. I am not pissing in my fuel tank. You should see this thing. Bay and Bay Transport. I guess they're all running. That's a 990, a W990. But the color scheme, the black and gray, damn, that looks good. I'm not a 990 fan, but that looks good. I'd ride that. I'd drive that, no problem. Yeah, that's pretty gross, eh? I'm not pissing in my fuel tank. It'll be the one time you do, and all of a sudden your fuel filter clogs. How's the beard coming in? Well, it's getting there. It's got enough on it now. You can grab it. You can grab it. I figure because the last time we did it, when we did it for the St. Christopher's, right? No, so not this year, the year before. I actually kept it short for about 3 months, and then grew it in, and that's what I had when we did it for the Forgotten Angels. So I don't, I lost 3 months. This time here, after I shaved it for Forgotten Angels, this is what I got. So by the time we do it again next year, this should be I should have even a much bigger. I should probably have a Snorlord style, like long enough Snorlord type. I should be in his class of beard by then. Hey, Brian, what's going on, Humberto? Good to see you. Are you loaded? No, dude. I got loaded in Swift Current. I had some trailer issues. So I missed my appointment yesterday to get offloaded. So I got to sit here just outside of Chicago. I got to deliver Chicago. I got to deliver them Monday at noon. So, no, don't get me wrong. They're paying me to sit here. I'm not sitting here babysitting a load for free. So they're paying me for, today, tomorrow, and Monday morning. It's not bad. You don't seriously piss in your fuel tank, do you? Pepsi could be at the bottom of the list, and I would continue to drink it. Ugh. Dr. Pepper still not available here. Unlucky us. Dude, I think Dar looked at how much it was going to cost to send you like a 6-pack of cans, like 6 of these. And it was so ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. It was like, we just can't. We can't. I'm not remortgaging my house to send you a bunch of Dr. Pepper. No, Dar's still sitting on the side of the road, man. She's still waiting. Been almost 3 hours. Anybody going by there, just wave at her as you go. Give a honk. That's different, Brian. Right now, they went up. But you just don't know. You don't know what you don't know what the mortgage rates are going to happen next week or the week after or next month or next year. You don't fucking know. You just don't know. Sick bastard. Look at that. Hey, what happened there yesterday? You were live walking through Vegas. You were pissed off. And then some girl came up and started talking to you and you ended your live. Hopefully it ended well for you. You know what I mean? What's going on, brother? Good to see you, though. Hopefully Vegas is treating you well, Eric. I do not piss in my fuel tanks. Was a joke video. Okay, I certainly hope so. Hit the like button, people. It's 3 dots in the top corner. You got it. Hit it. Bri, you're north of Chicago. I'm heading that way. How long are you there for? I'm here till Monday morning, Dodie. I'm in Hampshire, right off the 90. What exit? Hold on, I'll even give you the exit. Exit. What exit number am I at? Exit number. Come on, son of a bitch. Exit 42. Exit 42 off the 90. No, I'm just north, like I said, northwest. The name of the town or suburb or division or whatever you want to call it, is called Hampshire. So if you're rolling through, Dodalina, give us a stop on in. I'll be the handsome guy in the blue truck sitting around doing exercises. What's going on, Tank? Good to see you, man. You don't dance, Tank. Don't dance. Stick to trucking, Tank. Tank did a video the other day sorry, I tried to get the fly out. Tank did a video the other day where he was sitting in the driver's seat and he's going, so what are we doing? We're doing a little shucking, a little jive. We're doing a little dancing. And he starts doing this. And I'm like, oh, God, Tank, don't dance. Stick to flatbed and done. Your load looked great. You had it perfect. No dancing, Tank. Keep that to the Mrs. Tank in the bedroom, buddy. Dara's going to go trade in her car directly after Road Assist. Well, she's on her way down. She's on her way down to my brother's place, and my brother actually likes the car. He's thinking of buying it. So he might have cash in hand ready to buy it off her when she gets there. Yeah, they loaded me. They did. Actually, they didn't load me out of Alberta. I had to run from my place, and I had to run over to Swift Current. So it was like 300 and change. I had to run over there. I got loaded in Swift Current, and then I had trailer issues. I went to go slide my wheels, and these one of the newer trailers, and it's got one of the push pin valves. You know what I'm talking about? So you just pull the valve out. It pulls the pins in. You slide your axles. You push the valve in. But I went and pulled the valve out. Actually, I think it's still right here. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, I pulled the valve out. Uh-oh, what do we do? All right. Yeah, I pulled the valve out. It came out in my hand. So I couldn't slide the axles, and my axles were as far forward as they could. And I needed them back at the 41-foot mark. What could I do? Right? So I lost a day running around. I had to go from nobody in Swift Current could fix it. And I'm like, really? I didn't even want the valve. You don't need to replace the valve. All I need you to do is apply air to it, pull the pins, let the pins disengage, and let me move the axles where I want them. And then you can just fucking take the air off it. It took some genius in Moose Jaw. I had to go all the way to freaking Moose Jaw to get some guy to fix it, but I lost it. I lost 3/4 of a day. So It was really cool. It would have been a good plan if it worked out without the trailer defunking on me, but it still worked out. I got a good load. Doty's saying, awesome. I'll meet up with you later today. Oh, fuck, I'll start the truck. Let's get out of here. I'm just kidding. Swing on by. My brother-in-law will go get me a new tire while I go out with his girlfriend. There you go. See, Dar and Cheryl are going to go play in Calgary, and my brother's going to take care of it for her. Dude, I had a security guard almost pestered me 4 times. At the 4th time, I told him number 5, he was going to get a forearm to the head. He wouldn't remember anything. The jersey came out. Attaboy. Attaboy. Exit 42 off the 90. Got it. What truck stop? The Loves. Welcome to Loves. I'll say that when you roll in, Doty. Welcome to Loves. Ron, good to see you. Big howdy, one and all. Hey, honk, honk. Okay. No, I'm not honking. Fuck. The guy on this side of me still got his curtains drawn. This guy's got his curtains drawn. I seem to be the only one awake. And it's, it's 12:45 in the afternoon here. I will stick with my step deck. I don't like flatbed. No, I agree with you. If I was given the choice, now mind you, I'm pulling a van, right? So, but if I was out doing my own thing and I'd have a 53-foot step deck, 10-1 movable spread, 2 ramps, 3 risers, 2 toolboxes. That would be my trailer right there. That would be my trailer right there. I'd go with probably go with a Retnauer, or maybe a Manac. Probably a Retnauer. Pay the extra money and get the Retnauer. There's an empty spot right beside me here, Doty. Right out the driver's door. And it's a drive-through spot. Being a flatbedder, you don't back up. So we know you can't back up worth of shit. So there's an empty spot right here. Drive-through spot. All you got to do is come around the back. Drive on in. Golden Aladdin, what's going on, Rick? Long time no talk. How come you don't call me anymore? Good, because I never return phone calls. I return phone calls. Rick, did you see that video? Aladdin, did you see that video? For those of you that don't know, I last week, or actually it was a couple of weeks ago now, but I went and did a video for ET Transport, the channel I used to be on, and the company I used to work for. But I went and did a video for them, and I didn't announce it on the channel. I didn't tell anybody what I was doing. I just did it. It was a thing that Ronan called me up one day and goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, "Nothing." He goes, "What do you think of this idea?" And I went, "Yeah, okay. I'll do that. No problem." So I went and did it. And they put the video up last week. Now, I haven't really been paying attention to how it's been trending. Couldn't tell you really. But I don't know if anybody's watched it. I don't know if anybody's interested. But it was nice to do. It was fun. It was nice to work again with like you've got proper editing, right? You've got a proper camera person doing the shooting. You're all wired up. The sound quality is perfect. Everything is. So there you go. There, Camille just threw it up there. Anybody that hasn't seen it, go take a look. Tell me what you think. Be honest. Jason Rules has already been over there as Anderson Hollage, and he's put a bunch of slander and a bunch of shit up there. Whatever. But yeah, go check it out when you get a minute. It's I had fun doing it. That was the important thing. So it was a good time. Golden Aladdin, you're waiting for me to call you back. You're waiting for me to. I'm still waiting for you to call me back. My breakfast, like you said in your last video. What are you talking about? I'm not supposed to be calling you back. I think we're even here. I think it's just, I think I made that call back. Oh, what do I know? I guess no one wants to talk about, oh, hold on. It was pathetic. Did you say it was pathetic? How pathetic? Jeez, thanks, Rick. Appreciate the love. I guess no one wants to talk about the UK wanting to arrest Elon Musk for freedom of speech. They want shut down, and he said no. I didn't even hear about that, man. Good luck with that, by the way. If I had to, if it was a fight and I had to put money on between Elon Musk and the entire British government, my money's on Musk. I have 6 ramps. 4 of those can be levelers, 3 boxes, and the last axle sliders. I see the video also. Ronan finally deleted the comments from Jason because of me. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Some of the comments for Jason were deleted. Yeah, they were. Yeah, Anderson is Jason. I've been tempted to actually reach out to the owner of Anderson Haulage and say that there's a YouTuber out there, you know, using his company's name on YouTube, but there's really not a lot he could do about it, right? He might be able to reach out to YouTube and have them put a cease and desist on that or whatever. I don't know. I haven't done it. I don't know what good it would do, so why? You said in your video that you were passing by my area and that you would buy me breakfast. What video did I say that in? What video did I say that in? What was the title of that video? You tell me the title of that video and I'll go back and look at it. And if I actually said it, then Rick, I will buy you breakfast. Okay? I'm reloading out of Ohio. So I might be crossing Detroit, Windsor. If not, I'll be crossing up at A-Bay. But if I'm crossing Detroit, Windsor, I'll be going right by your place. I will make goddamn sure to stop the truck and buy you breakfast. All right? Anderson is Jason. Comments was deleted. Yeah, I appreciate that. The reason I didn't call the ownership is that I just don't want to bring any more attention from the company, from Anderson. I don't want to bring any more attention to myself. Unfortunately, my channel has been a little troublesome for them, and they've been forgiving at certain points. I just don't need any more. I don't need any more problems. So I didn't say anything to the ownership or to the company, just the fact that, you know, I don't want them going, now look what you've done. Now look at the shit that we're taking. So you tell so much bullshit you don't even remember what you say anymore. Most of the time I do. Okay, even Humberto saying, yeah, you did tell on the video you will buy the breakfast. All right, Rick, I owe you breakfast. But that doesn't mean I had to call you. It just says I got to buy you breakfast. There's a difference. There's a difference. So I got a truck wash here. I think I'm gonna run over and get the girl washed here. She hasn't seen a good wash. I've done a bunch of washes at the yard. Oh, Dodolini, you're losing your spot. But it's to another flatbedder. Nope, decided not to. Spot's still open. You want me to go, Dodie, you want me to go put a road cone? I got a couple of cones in the truck. I'll throw a couple of road cones in here and hold it for you. Green eggs and spam it is. Dude, I love spam. Mr. Bees, you give me fried spam. Oh, fried spam on rye bread with a little bit of mustard, salt and pepper and mustard. Oh, come on, dude. Forget the eggs. Just give me fried spam, fried in like a cast iron pan with a little bit of olive oil, fried spam, Oh, come on. Salt and pepper. Come on. You got to love it. It's so good. Good afternoon, my lady in red. Well, still morning to you, but it's afternoon to all of us. Good to see you. Haven't seen the old man around. Is he still in bed? Did you hurt him so bad that he's not even out of bed yet? All kidding aside, that video we did with ET was pretty good. Oh, thanks. Thanks. You know what? It was one of those one-off type things. Ronan asked me to do it as a favor, and I said, yeah. Why wouldn't I? Right? He's a friend of mine. So he asked me to do a favor. I said, yeah. There was no, there was no getting paid. There was no, it was a favor. I'm 309 miles south near St. Louis. I'll be there about 6 o'clock. Well, guess what, Dodie? We'll all be at 6 o'clock. Right here. There's nowhere around to buy dinner. There's an Arby's. There's a Subway. There's a McDonald's. Like there's fucking nothing. There's nothing. So, nothing to buy dinner. Can't even take you out to dinner, baby. Sorry. I'll buy you an Arby's, whatever that is. Hey, Bryce, yeah, be there 6 o'clock. 3 hours, 10 minutes and counting. Holy shitballs. Now, don't be nice when they get there. Make sure you fucking say something. Like, what is the sense in them saying to you, okay, they'll be there in an hour? Is that just the standard line that they give you and go, okay, be there in an hour, just so you'll shut up for the first hour and they don't have to worry about you? Why lie? Just fucking say, okay, it's going to be a few hours. We're really busy. No, he's working on the bug. I'm cleaning the pop-up count. Well, if he's working on the bug, how come he doesn't do what I do? When he goes live, even if I'm busy doing something, I still have him playing in the background. And at least I'll pop in and go, hi, so he knows that I'm there. Yeah. I know where his loyalty is. If this said Shannon Thomas Trucking went live, Sterling would be in there so fast your head would fucking spin. Stop crying and pay the Uber. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I will not pay a ridiculous amount of money. The only time I've ever done that is if Dar and I are in a hotel somewhere and we're doing dinner. Then I will pay because it's Dar. But I'm not paying for fucking Uber to deliver a fucking meal. A $30 meal turns into a $55 meal plus a tip. No, suck a bag of dicks on that. There is no communication. Yeah, I hear that. Oops, make that 7. I'll have to stop and put on more makeup. Just don't tell Dar. Lack of communication is pissing me off. It usually does. Thank you, Brian and Dar, for your wedding gift. We are grateful. Red Lady, I wish we could have done better. You guys were gracious to us in time of need, and I wish I could have done better. And maybe in the future I will, but right now that's the best we could do, and I appreciate you saying thank you. Don't deal with lives to fix anything. Yeah. Everyone's saying hi. Dar, don't change. What? Dar, don't do tire changes. No, she ain't doing shit. If you had Alberta plates, it would have been fixed by now. Tank, you're probably right. You're probably right. That, and she's got CAA out of Ontario, right? She's got CAA plus out of Ontario. Now she's going to switch that over to, what is it in Alberta? There's something AA, it's not AAA, but it's whatever. She's going to switch it over. But you're probably right, Tank. If she had Alberta plates on the car, or an Alberta plate, because you only have one, she'd probably been fixed and down the road by now. Yeah, it's on the driver's side. Lunch is over. Time to start rolling again. You don't fucking work. Give me a break. Show me proof that you actually drive a truck. AMA, thank you. That's what it is. AMA out of Alberta. Drive safe, Rick. Drive safe. You don't drive, you aim. Don't forget to hit the like, everyone. Yeah, hit that like. We got 19 likes. We got 19 likes? We got 19 likes. I don't know how many likes we got. We got 30 likes. 31 likes. Not too bad. I'll take 30 likes. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. 19 people, 22 people, whatever. The channel's fallen right out of the algorithm. Like, it really has. It's like if I put a video up, maybe 3 people watch it. If I do something, so because we backed out for a couple of weeks there, the channel's fallen right out. So it's going to take a while to get the channel back up and running again. I'm almost in Montreal, finally. Finally. Dude. Are you? Oh yeah, that's right. You're going to Montreal. You're Humberto. You're gonna take some time off, take a couple of days off, and relax in Montreal, or are you turning around and going right back out? Son, you need to take a couple of days off, Humberto. You've been running pretty hard, dude. Remember, money's nice. Everybody likes to make money. I love to make money. There's nobody in this chat or on this channel right now that loves money more than me. I promise you that. But even I once in a while got to step back and go, okay, money, downtime. Money, Brian Sanity. Money or, Dar. Or money or... Every once in a while, man, you got to step back and take care. Money ain't the end all be all. They say money makes the world go around. I don't know if I believe that either. Wow, I feel kind of guilty. I'm going to go sleep next to Brian while Dar is stuck out in Booney Land with a flat tire. Well, she better have the fucking thing fixed by then, Dodie. I'll start the goddamn truck. I'll go up there and fix it myself. The amount of time it's taken them. Shit, he laid around for 6 months while his truck burned up. That's a good point, Mr. Bees. You're absolutely true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, start Friday again, maybe a day before I take the load out of Bombardier. Yeah. Those are jammy little loads, eh? I used to love those loads out of Bombardier. And I used to grab the ones that would be 4 or 5, right? 4 or 5 drops. So you'd usually start, like I would start in somewhere like Syracuse, right? So you hit Syracuse, and my last drop would be like in Austin or Laredo. Really, really did well with. I did really, really well with those. I like to make money via money. I don't like to work for money. Heavily capitalist. I can't fault you, man. If you can make money on your money and you don't have to work as a slave to do it, my hat's off to you, sir. You're doing better than 99% of the population. Yeah, I need days off. Working hard. Yeah, you are. That's what I'm saying, buddy. Take some time off. Take a couple days. Take 4 or 5 if you have to. Just relax. Take care of some personal business, but then you know what? Go do something just for you. Go hang out. Go fucking visit some friends. Just go make a nuisance of yourself through Montreal. That shouldn't be hard for you. Humberto runs so hard he's gonna burn another truck down. That might be a possibility, Tyrannus. That might be a possibility. The boy works hard. You got to give it to him. He does, and he makes good dough doing it. Last week, I took 4 drops, 400 miles paid, 3,000 US. It's just good. Not bad, eh? Zachary Brown, Trucker Zach. What's going on, buddy? How's it going? Well, brother, I'm sitting just outside of Chicago for the weekend. Deliver Chicago Monday morning or Monday at noon. And then I'll be back up to, I got to go down to Ohio, pick up my reload, run that back up to the yard. And then I'll be back on ingots, doing ingots again. So got to get back up there though. This bummed out trailer, this busted trailer set me back a day, 3/4 of a day. So it's all right though. It's all right. We'll get back up there. All's good. I'm now 310 miles. Dodie, turn it around. Turn the wheel. You're going the wrong way, honey. Turn around. Come on. Crank that thing. Well, got up, destroyed the mower, hung out with y'all, had an egg and cheese sandwich. Yepper, I need a nap. I need a nap. Damn, Mr. Bees. I can't wait to visit you, man. You know what? We're gonna take both our things. We're gonna set up the live, and we're just gonna film us doing nothing, eating a ham and cheese sandwich or an egg and spam sandwich, and then going and have a nap. Like that's the way to live. If you want to buy something without looking at the price tag, you have to work without looking at the clock. Camille, very well said. Absolutely very well said. Well, I'm not on that level 100%, which is still screen slaving every day, including weekends, but I'm pretty close. Well, when you get there, let me know. I'll be your assistant. I'll jump on your coattails, dude. I'll just go along for the ride. I'm not doing any work, Tolga. You're going to do all the work, but I'll just ride on your coattails. Pumpkin's got I have plates. You better get Grubhub Dodie some dinner, Brian. I'm looking around like where I'm at. There's got to be somewhere to eat. Like I said, there's an Arby's here. There's a McDonald's. There's a Subway. I don't know. You know what? When she gets here, we'll make a decision. Oh snap! Now it's 317 miles. Yeah, take your foot off the accelerator and turn around. I need to meet him. I'm thinking take the LTL loads from Bombardier to meet him also, Mr. Bees. Yeah, well, you know where he's down. He's down North Carolina. Make Dodie a spam sandwich or something. If I had a hot plate, I would. There's got to be somewhere around here I can order. I can get some spam. I'm gonna start keeping a can of it in my truck. I priced the part for the mower $30 with shipping, and it's like 4 bolts. Can't you just get on like fucking Part Source or Princess Auto or fucking whatever else you got down around there? You telling me there's nowhere to get it? Come on. $30 for 4 bolts? What are they made for, holding panels off the space shuttle or something? For the love of Christ. I wouldn't pay it. That lawnmower would sit there for a fucking 6 seasons before I'd pay $30 for 4 bolts. I'd get my wife out there with a pair of fucking shears so she can cut the lawn like that. I'm not paying $30 for 4 bolts. Sorry. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Cheers. Sociable. Aside from Dodie, anybody else working today? Most everybody should be home, I hope. No, it's the spindle shaft. It's only 4 bolts to change it out. Oh, okay, I understand. Still, $30 fucking dollars. That's robbery. And you know why it's $30? Because they know you need it, right? They know you need it. You can't run the mower without it, so they know you need it. How's the new house? The new house is nice. I like it. This is probably the house that I've been the happiest with. I was happy with the last house, but this one here has the cozy feeling that I like and that I was looking for. It's a decent size. You know, it's got enough bedrooms. You know, we've got. It just happened to work out that my daughter and her husband and my granddaughter, who work in Jasper, right? They work at the lodge at Fairmont, and they all got evacuated. And it just happened that we moved to Alberta at the time that they got evacuated, so they were able to get out, and they're now at our place and they're safe. So it worked out. The timing of we got moved, got settled, got everything set up and everything just in time for them to come, and at least now they're safe. They're at our place now. They've got their own little living room. They got their own bedroom. They got all that, and it was nice. We've got the space for them, and it's nothing. So it worked out really, really well. So I'm very pleased with the fact that, you know, something like that happened. It's unfortunate that you know, that Jasper burnt down, but it's worked out that Dara and I, when we moved out there, and they had a safe place to go. Now they did have to go spend a couple of days in some hotels and this and that, and they were able to get up to Edmonton, and her mom flew in, her parents flew in, and were able to, she was able to spend some time with them. But then they have to go back to Jasper once they figure out what's left. And once they figure out what's left, but in the meantime, they need a place to stay, so they're staying with us. So it's really worked out well. I'm working today, almost done. Well, you get it done. The lawnmower repair place is closed today till Monday. So what? Let it sit there till Monday. Dewana. Didn't see your comment. Sorry. My lovely Dewana. How are you? Oh, excuse me. How the hell you doing there, baby? Good to see you, Dewana. What, work? What's that? I don't understand. I'm speaking a foreign language, am I? Have you got the never-ending fuel system problem with your truck fixed? Now, I have written and recorded my own song. It has dropped yesterday on all major platforms. Raise Me Up by Zachary Brown. Oh, I got to write that down. If I don't write it down, Zach, I'll never fucking remember. You're going to call? Raise Me Up. Okay. All right. We'll go check that. We'll go check that out. Are you on Spotify, Zach? Let's go see what Zach's got. If he's on Spotify, let's go see. What do you want on this Spotify? Search. Let's go Zachary Brown. Make sure I spell your name right. A-R-Y Brown. There it is. Zachary Brown. Zane Train, Zachary Brown. Single 2024. One song, 3 minutes long. All right, we'll go listen to that when we get done with this. Congratulations, Ben. Congratulations. We'll definitely go check that out. It's a machine. Shit breaks. No different than a truck. I can fix it myself in about an hour. Just glad that's all I did. But I thought you said you couldn't get the bolts. You couldn't get the pieces for it. If you got the pieces for it, fix it yourself. If not, wait till Monday. Why do today what you can put off until Monday? 2-4. Seen that? My son sent it to me, Zach. Very cool. Very cool. For those that don't know, Zach is a friend of mine that I've known for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. I used to work with him. He drives truck, or he drove truck. He's back. He's going to be driving truck again. But I think I met Zach 4 or 5 years ago. We're driving the same company, actually this one. And I met him, young guy, was trucking, became an owner operator, didn't like that. The business didn't treat him very well. So he got out of owner operator, and I almost bought his truck, actually. And then he decided to go into a couple other adventures. And now he's coming back to trucking, I think this week or next week. He's getting back into trucking. He's going to take a company ride. And yeah, there it is there. He's going to be taking a job driving for Keg, Canada. There you go. Good boy, that, Zach. Well, going to go take a nap, get up and work on Mrs. B's kitchen. Everyone have a great day and be safe. Yes, Part will be here Tuesday. There you go. There you go, son. Part will be there Tuesday. The only I kill. Why did I yell that? Why did I yell that? I don't have a clue. Hello, my friend. Well, hello, man. I've got, there it is. I got that much live left. We've been going for over 2 hours here. I got that much. When that cigar is done, and all right, we'll do this, okay? Yeah. Crack a new one. So, when the pepper's gone and the cigar is gone, I'll be gone because I'm going to have to go do some exercise to work off these Dr. Peppers. I've now had a coffee and a full Dr. Pepper, and now I'm working on a second one. I haven't eaten anything yet. Well, I had yogurt and a banana this morning, but Zach, what are you going to be doing with CAG? Because I understand they've got a couple of divisions. What division are you going to be working out of? What are you going to be? What are you going to be hauling? I'm just being nosy. I could probably go and Google CAG and see what divisions they got. I know they got more than one. I don't know if you guys can hear that backup beeper, but it's been going for like fucking 10 minutes. It's an empty parking lot. This place is fucking empty. You could swing an aircraft carrier around in this place. Like, it's so empty. And this guy's parking into a spot, and there's got to be 5 spots. There's got to be 5 spots on the left of him and probably 10 on the right. He's trying to put it, and he can't get it. And that backup beeper is driving me fucking crazy. Damn. That cigar will last forever. Well, that cigar will last for as long as it lasts. I'm back. That's how you do it. See? Sup the Guinness now on, what the hell is that word? I'm back. Sup the Guinness. Now on the Fakeston. Sorry, Robert, if I mispronounced that. The Fakeston's Old Peculiar. I don't know what Fakeston is. I'm assuming that's a booze or a drink of some sort. You finished the Guinness and now you're on the Fakeston's Old Peculiar. So I'm going to assume that you were pounding the wine pretty good last night. Yeah, 2-4, I know, eh? Somebody want to translate that for me? I don't have Nomadic Brit around anymore to fucking translate this shit for me. Fuel and end dump, local regional to start. Now, once I've been there for about, then they're going to get me OTR. Nice. Fuel and end dump. They're going to, hopefully they're going to train you because I know you've got no experience doing either. Hopefully they take the time and they do the, they take the time and put the effort. Thank God you fucking finally got it. Jesus. Sorry again. Let me say that again. So hopefully they take the time and make the effort and train you properly to do that. Fuel, the end dump, maybe not so much, but the fuel, damn. Dodie, you might want to find fuel before you get here. It's 383 here. 383. When I was coming through Wisconsin, I got it for 344. Now that's off the pump, right? I don't know what my discount got me, so I don't know what my actual until I get my statement, but with my fuel card with the discount, but it's 380 something here. You might want to find fuel, and if you can get it outside of Illinois. 65 miles more. Well, you know what, man? I'll probably get you most of the 65 miles. I'll get you most. There's enough there. There's 65 miles worth of cigar there. End dump can be challenging, but funnish. Is that a word? Is that a word? Now I got to fucking translate for you too, you goofy fucking Canadian. Funnish. See, I knew what you meant, but you know, anybody else. End dump can be funnish. I've never, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I've done a lot, right? I've done a lot, but I've never done like end dump gravel or anything like that. Live bottom, never done any of that, and I've never done tanks. You know, I've never done tanks. I've always done, you know, flat, step, oversized, heavy haul. That's been my primary. Of course, I started, you know, when I started 30 plus years ago, I was pulling vans, reefers, heaters, and shit like that, and then progressed into the oversized, into the flatbeds, and then got into the oversized and the heavy haul work. But I've never. I just saw Tyrannus's comment. I enjoy a heavy dump. Hey, a healthy dump. But I've never done. That's one thing I've done. One area I've never toyed with. I've never got into tankers. And I know as an owner operator, it can be lucrative. But I've never done it. And I've never done gravel or anything like that. And at this point in my career, I'm probably not going to. Julie Whispers, good to see you, brother. How the hell are you? Anybody that doesn't know, if you're into the really good driving videos, you know, you've got guys like Joey Whispers, Trucker Zeus, Ernie. Joey is another one that does really, really good driving videos. Really good conversation. I miss it so bad because I can't do it, but Joey Whispers, Joey does it really well. Good conversation. Beautiful truck he's driving. I think Joey, you're pulling gravel, aren't you? Or you're moving gravel, or you've got a dump of some sort, I think. Yeah, if you really, really enjoy that, if you enjoy the driving videos, go check out Joey Whispers. I enjoy a healthy dump. Well, but you wouldn't call it fun. I'm meeting Jeef. He's going to Quebec City. Who's Jeef? I don't know who Jeef is. I've done everything except low loaders oversize. What do you mean low loaders? You mean like goose RGNs? You know, the ones that are like, I don't know what you guys call a low loader, right? For us, that would be like an RGN, like a gooseneck or something, where you disconnect and the trailer sits, you drive the trailer right up the front, then you back into it, and you hook back up. RGNs. I've done RGNs. I've done like goosenecks, extendables, extended flats. I've done all the weird shit. There's some shit I've never done, but I'm not going to say I've done every single thing in the world. But there's some stuff. But yeah, I think what you're talking about is low loaders oversize, is what you're talking about, RGNs. Yeah, those are cool until you hit, for example, okay, I was taking a compressor unit on an RGN into a Walmart, and the Walmart was under construction. This was the unit that was going on top, right? And it was 17 feet wide. about 24 feet long, I think about 18 or 19 feet high. And the sons of bitches, they'd already paved the parking lot and the driveway in, but the building was still under construction. And it worked out really well. I thought, oh yeah, winning the lottery here, right? Don't ever run an RGN over a speed bump. They'd already installed the damn speed bumps. So how do you expect us to get in there with an RGN? The trailer is only sitting that far off the ground, right? The main beam of the trailer, it's only sitting that far off the ground, right? Took a chance. Ran it. Nope, didn't make it. Back wheels of that fucking RGN came clean right off the ground. I hung myself up. Now, that was years and years and years ago. I haven't done that since. I won't do it again. But, yeah, that was fun. Riding Shotgun on YouTube is newer channel, and I watch he's pretty decent. Riding Shotgun on YouTube. Oh, okay. You watch a guy called Riding Shotgun. Right on. Yeah, that's it. Stuart the Hobby Trucker. What's going on, Stuart? Long time no talk, man. I gotta fucking write that down. I gotta give you a call. I haven't spoke to you in forever, man. Been a long time. Yes, sir. Thank you. I run whatever we need, our local excavation company. I thought so. You do a great job, though, Joey. I love hang. I don't do a lot of. Sometimes I don't do a lot of talking. I'll get into your chat. I'll say hi, right? But I'm there to be entertained, and you do a great job entertaining. So I don't need to say anything. I love hanging out with you and Zeus, right? Jim is excellent. I like the way Jim does it as well, even though he doesn't read his chat. That's fine. Yeah, the translator is in. Hey, Stuart. Yeah. But yeah, I love hanging with you, and I love hanging with Zeus. And for what I've been doing lately, I'll get back to Ernie, but Ernie is so early in the morning. Ernie starts at 4:30 in the morning. And with what I've been doing lately, I'm not up that early. And by the time I get rolling and everything, Ernie's pretty much done. So I haven't really been hanging around watching much of Ernie lately, but I'll get that. Flatbed Trucker says he's working. All right. I'm just curious. You know, what's everybody doing on a Saturday? Are you on your way back to Ontario? Yeah, Quinn, I am. I loaded out of Swift Current. I'm down in Chicago, just northwest of Chicago. I'm here for the weekend. Offload on Monday. I've got a load out of Ohio going back up to our yard, and then I should be back up doing regular ingots again, probably Wednesday. I should be back up there Tuesday night, but probably Wednesday. Operating heavy equipment is definitely a skill. It is. It's not always the size, right? Everybody looks at a lot of these excavators and even the combines, you know, the great big John Deere or the Holland combines, you know, and they look at that and they go, holy shit, it's hanging off the trailer and it's this big and it's that high. And yeah, that's challenging. It's the weight. It's getting your weights properly spread across that trailer. That is if you can get the weight, the size is easier as long as you've got the proper equipment to deal with it, right? If you've got the standouts and you've got the proper equipment for the oversize, that's not the problem. The biggest issue is usually your weights, you know, and making sure you're permitted properly. Always never take anybody's word for it. Right? Whenever I did oversize or do oversize, I always read my permits. I will never, ever, ever print off my permits and go, okay, well, somebody, and just take their word for it. Absolutely not. If I know I got to go through 4 states and 2 provinces or whatever, I go through each permit in whatever state I'm in, and I will actually, because they route you, right? You get routed. You don't just go, okay, I'm going to take this. No, you're routed. And I will actually go follow the routes, follow on the map. Okay, we're good. Yep, we're good. And if I see any problems, there's been a couple of times I've called back the permit company, said, I need you to double check and verify on this. From what I remember, can you? And they do. I got no problem whatsoever. So always your weights are first and foremost, and your permits, and escorts or whatever and shit like that. But size you can always deal with. Weight is always a bitch. Do you have your kitty companion with you? Or no, I don't have a cat in here. All the cats are at home. When we moved out to Alberta, I had both dogs in here for 3.5 days. That was exciting. Charlie, the little dog, he was good, but the German Shepherd, she was a little squirrely. Took her a couple of days to get used to being in a truck. She'd never been in a truck before, so she did okay. No, there's no cats. If Dar was to come with me for a couple of weeks, then she'll bring Pootie with her. Like she'll bring the cat with her. That's fine. But none of the other cats are coming in the truck. Appreciate you as well. Always watch, man. Thanks. Hey, no problem, Joey. You seem to be you the man right now. You the man. Believe me, if I could get back in and I was allowed to do driving videos, I'd be doing them in a fucking minute. I wouldn't be thinking twice about it. What I really like what you do, Joe, is when you do those shorts. Like you did a short, I think I saw it this morning, or it was late last night, where the bicyclist was running the red light and you're screaming at him out the window. Like, Joey, that's gold. Like, that is gold. Like, I chuckle my ass off because we see that kind of thing 3,000 times a week. Right? We see that kind of shit 3,000 times a week. But you just happened to catch that when it was happening, and you were yelling at him. I think you were yelling at him out the window. It's a red light. So I would have put a few more adjectives on the end of that. The first one started with F, a hole. I'd have added a few more. That's just me. But I love your shorts. I love the shit when you're doing that. When aside from of course your driving videos, but you're killing it with the shorts. I really like them. We had to purchase annual overweight permits with weld rigging rigs. Was not cheap. Well, that's the same as what we do with the ingots, right? Those ingots, it's an annual permit. Actually, it's not even an annual. It's a one-time purchase. You pay for the permit, and it's good for life to that truck, specific to that truck. That's all it's good for. I could not take that permit and go get in another truck and that permit. So the permit that I'm permitted for my truck and for 3 different trailers, a tandem, a tri, and a quad, right? So depending on what I'm pulling that day. So those permits are only good, but it's a one-time purchase. But then you can buy annuals. They're called blanket permits, right? You know what I'm talking about, too, for it's the same thing, right? It's called a blanket permit. It's a one-time permit that's good for the year, and that'll cover you. And like in Ontario, I used to have a blanket permit, and that would cover me up to 10 feet wide. Like I could go oversized 10 feet. I still had to have all my banners out, my lights, and I had to have all my shit on. But the blanket permit would cover any load. It didn't have to do but it was only covered for Ontario, for the province of Ontario. And then I had a blanket permit for Quebec. And I think the blanket permit, was, I don't know, 400 and something bucks for the year. But you had to renew it every year. Thank you, Camille. I was actually just about to say that. Could you throw Joey Whispers channel up there for me? Appreciate it. Cyclists don't have to stop at red, but they made G stop. Well, you know what? Here they do. They do. A cyclist running through an intersection, if all the cars are stopped at a red light, the cyclist has to stop at that red. It's the law. You'll get ticketed. If a cop sees that, you'll get fucking ticketed for running a red light. If you're a bicyclist and you're on the road, you have to follow the rules of the road, just like everybody else. If you're in a riding lane and the riding lane has a way around the red light or whatever like that, I guess you can do that. But I don't know. I do know that the bikes, anybody on a bicycle, dude, you know, if you run that red light and somebody hits you, it's on you as a cyclist. Now, mind you, they'll be picking up pieces of you all over the place and pulling spokes out of your ass. But, you know, Again, that's on you. You might get squashed. Yeah, I bet. I hate those tax. I hate those one tax people. Well, you know what? They got to get their money too, right? I'm sorry. Am I talking too loud? No, he's on the phone. Ah, Bizan. Hey, how are you, man? Again, another one. Look at everybody stopping in today. Long time no see. How the hell are you, man? Robin, Robin equals male. Okay, well, Batman and Robin. Robin was a male. Any reason why you're signifying with the difference between what telling everybody you're? I think 90% of the world, Robin, knows that you're a man. We've all seen it. Matter of fact, some of us unfortunately have seen your manhood too. So, without giving direct customer info, whereabouts in Oswego do you go? Well, there's only three places, only three major places in Oswego. Oswego's the whole town of Oswego is only like 2 by 3 square miles. There's a nuclear power plant, there's a Novellis, and there's something else. You know, so I'm at one of them. I'm okay. What about you? Long time no see. Dude, I'm just out here doing what I do. I'm just driving around looking at shit, you know, just driving around looking at shit. Unfortunately, I'm parked out by Chicago for the weekend. Had a trailer malfunction to set me back a day, so that's what I'm doing. So I got to sit in a truck stop. I'm going to have some company later tonight. Dodalina's going to swing on by. We'll do some dinner and hang out. That'll be kind of cool. Probably do another live. Maybe throw up a live, see how that goes. She said she's doing her makeup, so you never know. You never know. Want me to pick up some dinner? If you're in the area and you can pick up dinner and bring it in, I'll pay you for it. That's not a problem. Cyclists here are classed as pedestrians. Pedal power. You wouldn't run across an intersection, though, would you? No. Like, if I don't know if any of you saw Joey's short. Like, whoever that guy was on the bike. Now, he made it through the intersection. He didn't get clipped. But I can guarantee you, at the speed he was going, if he had, it wouldn't have been good. It would have been bad. It would not have been a happy ending for this poor bastard. I thought they were walking up to my truck. Sun's out, blue sky, so there's a lot of people walking around. Somebody just walked out. It's like, hey. Ped is the key word, French for foot. Pedestrian. Yeah, well, they say that pedestrians have the right of way. I don't necessarily agree with that. If a pedestrian's stupid enough to walk out into an active intersection against the light and they get hit, they get hit. If you're stupid enough to do that, you know, come on, Robert, just because you're over in England, you've been trucking longer than I have. I guarantee you've seen more bodies thrown out on the fucking highway and on the road and at intersections and accidents. You've seen doesn't matter whether you're in Europe or whether you're in North America. You've seen just as much, if not more, than I have, for crying out loud. And 99% of it, Robert, you know as well as I do, it's a stupid decision. Somebody did something stupid. That's just the way it is. John Deere. Morning, fellas. What's going on, John Deere? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. So you can't get an empired on a bike. You just get a drunk and disorderly. Oh, an impaired. You can't get, yeah, you can get an impaired. You can get it in Ontario, you can get an impaired charge. If you're on your bicycle on the road riding and you're hammered, you can get, dude, you can get an impaired charge in Ontario if you're riding your lawnmower. You know my riding mower? If I'm absolutely shit-faced hammered on my lawnmower, and if I'm on my property, that's one thing. But if I take that lawnmower out onto the street and do something on the street and I'm hammered, impaired charge in Ontario. I'll be looking for a good place for barbecue or something. Great. Bring it on, Doty. Be careful, Brian. Doty's into chains and boots. That's okay. She's a flatbedder and I'm an old time flatbedder. So I'm into chains and straps as well. Works well for me. Now in America, there is a lack of true American spirit, and my great country is beginning to fade away little by little. This is very sad. It's not, you know what, Bazan, I hate to say this, but it's not fading away little by little. Dude, it's falling away chunk by chunk, piece by piece. It's not little by little anymore. It was little by little, 10 years ago. Now we're into, it's just every time you turn around, it's changing. Unfortunate, and it's not changing for a good. I don't want to remember the carnage I've seen. That's probably why you were so drunk last night. I don't blame you. But it's a shame, Robert, that we have to see that. It's part of our jobs. I've seen things out on these highways that have haunted me, that still fucking like bother me to this day. Things that I would not talk to my wife or my children about. I would talk to another driver like you, somebody that's been doing it longer than me or as long as I have. I would talk to somebody like that about it, to you about it. But I would not go home and tell my children, or my wife, some of the things that I've seen. Some of the stuff I have, but there's stuff I've seen out here that I should probably be talking to a shrink about, not my wife. How I want to be a truck driver, to drive a truck through the vast expanse of the Wild West. Well, dude, let me tell you, I just had a really nice drive. Okay, I came out of Swift Current, Saskatchewan in Canada. Beautiful country. Not a lot there. It's flat. But I just came through Saskatchewan. I left Alberta into Saskatchewan. Fingers. Saskatchewan into North Dakota into Minnesota, into Wisconsin. This is all really nice, beautiful country to drive through, right? Beautiful country to drive through. So I just went through all of these places. Then I got down here into Illinois. It's Illinois. Or as Ronan says, Illinois. It's Illinois. I don't care what you say, it's Illinois. But yeah, the drive I had this week, nice. Really nice. Like it was just one of those, you got your arm out the window, you got your hand on the wheel, the music's on, you got nice scenery. Still got people doing stupid shit in front of you, but what can you do? I know people with the lawnmower charges. I wouldn't doubt it, especially in Manitoba. Have a good day, Brian. I'm gonna finish getting myself ready for Monday, as I gotta get some stuff done and finish packing my stuff. Shoot me a text, or if I call, I'll be able to try to meet up one day for sure. Okay. Be safe, buddy. Be safe. The world we came from no longer exists. No truer words have ever been spoken. And the shameful thing is, Tyrannus, even if we wanted to, even if we, like guys like you and me, and even if we wanted to, we couldn't go back to those days. It's unattainable. You can't do it. And that's a shame. The little things that made our lives that we grew up with, when I grew up in the 70s, I was born in late 60s. So when I grew up in the 70s and grew up in the 80s. So the life that we lived and the time and the era and the world around us was such a different place, right? internet and technology blew everything apart. It just, don't get me wrong. Did it open up the world? Yes. Are there good factors to it? Yes, of course. But in the meantime, did it like kill a lot of things? Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no personality these days. Everybody's one of these, right? I'm still, I text if I have to, but I'm still the type that I pick up the phone and call people. You don't do that. I watch people, and my kids are an example of this. I will watch two of my kids, one sitting on this end of the couch, one sitting on that end of the couch, and they'll text each other. They don't even fucking talk. They don't even talk to each other anymore. They text, email, communicate. The days of kids, when was the last time you went out the front of your house and you saw kids outside playing? Where I'm living now, I'm living in a subdivision. I'm not in the country anymore. So I'm in suburbia, and there's houses, and I live on a street, and there's houses, and there's kids, and nothing. Tranis, like those days that we grew up, you'll never see that again. Even if you could find a spot in America that is still living in that era, it's going to be gone eventually. My nap time. See y'all later. All right, Robin. We'll see you in a bit. Peace out. It's going to haunt you if someone plows into my car while I'm stuck here. What a horrible thing to say. Yes, it would haunt me. All I can say, if somebody plows into your car while you're sitting there, they better pray to God they die in the accident. They better fucking be dead. Because if they don't, I'm going to kill them. Okay? And if they are dead, I'm going to kill them again. So make sure you tell anybody that's planning on plowing into you, make sure you tell them that they're going to die. Can you get the car further off the road? Well, actually, Dar, start your car, and for even if you can roll it another 10 feet forward, but get your car a little farther onto the shoulder, you're not going to do any more damage to the rim in another 10 feet. If the rim isn't already ruined, it's probably close to it. And if it's a matter of your safety and wrecking the rim, wreck the rim, babe. Fuck it. I can buy another rim. I can't buy another you. Thank God Robin left. He'd have a comment to say after that. I'm off the road and a foot from the line. Well, it's still fucking, you're still pretty close. If you can get a little further off, yeah. It's chains and straps. The boots get in the way. Oh, those were the days. Party. It was. It's funny now that people can actually, 20 people can have a party and not be in the same room. How do you do that? Right? How do you do that? They're doing it. Don't get me wrong. I do. Do I take advantage of some of the new technology? Of course I do. Do I enjoy having a cell phone? Yeah, of course I do. Do I like having a GPS instead of having to break out my Rand McNally or my Pearlies? Yeah, of course I do. Do I enjoy certain aspects of technology, the internet, da-da-da? Yeah. But do I need it to run my life? No. Do I depend on it to run my life? No, I don't. The generation after me, you want to see pandemonium, kill the internet. Turn the internet off, or if you can, if there was a switch, turn the internet off for fucking 24 hours. You will watch an entire generation of people lose their fucking minds. Absolutely lose their minds, come unglued. The world is ending. They won't know what to do with themselves. it would be absolutely it would be absolutely crazy. It would be absolutely unrealistic. What would happen to that generation? My generation, if the internet turned off, there might be some inconveniences, but could I live my life without the internet? I could. Why? Because I was raised with it. I wasn't raised with the internet. I wasn't raised with anything like that. Computers, nothing. I wasn't raised with any of that. I know how to live. I was raised that way. I lived that way until it all came to be. So, do I enjoy the internet and do I enjoy the technology? Yes. Can I live without it? Yes, I could. I might be able to ride to where Dar is before this. Yeah, there's no shit, eh? The CAA bullshit. No kidding. Alex Davies. Hi, is Brian ET Transport? No. Am I from ET Transport? Alex, yes. Yes, I worked at ET. I was on their channel. I was on the ET Transport channel for a couple of years. Actually, I was on the channel from the beginning for about 2 years. And then I left ET Transport and came to another company and started my own channel, which I've got here. And now I did go back last week and do a video for Ronan. So yeah, but am I at ET Transport? No, I don't work there. I did that video last week for ET as a personal favor to Ronan. He asked me to do him a favor. I said, absolutely, sure, why not? Don't get me wrong, I got nothing against ET. I made good money while I was there. The funny thing is, if you go to ET's channel, and I recommend you all do it, it's a great channel. Not just the videos I did, but, because I don't know how many videos I did, probably a couple hundred. But I think if you go look at their channel, like when you get to their channel, go to the videos. So you go click on the videos, and then it'll give you the option of, what does it give you the option of? So newest, whatever. Go to most. What's it called? Hold on here. Let me do this here. So videos, yeah. So it'll give you videos. Yeah, latest, whatever, public, whatever. So then it'll give you the ones, it'll show you the most popular, right? The most popular videos. If you go look at it, the top 3 videos of the most popular videos on ET's channel are mine. Are my videos. And then I think Ronan has the number 4 spot. Then I got the next 2 in the top. So out of the top 6, I got 5 out of the top 6 videos. I think the top video over there, I got 1.8 million views on it. And then I think the next one, I got 1.6 million views on it. And then I think the next one of mine was 650,000 views, whatever. So yeah, we did okay over there. I thought so. I still carry a map. Of Europe, an individual country map. It's like my security blanket. I can't travel without. You know what, Robert? It's funny because I usually have my Rand McNally, my book. I usually have it in here. I don't have it with me anymore. I cleaned out the truck and I left it at the old house. When we were at the old house, I left it in sitting on a stack of tires, and I never put it back in here. I never put it back in the truck. So, and now I don't know where it is. It probably got thrown somewhere on the day of the move and I'm gonna have to buy another one, because I'll be honest with you, Robert, much like you, it's a backup. You have to have a backup, right? I'm one of those people that does believe that eventually one day this is gonna end. And I don't mean the world's gonna blow up, but I mean like one day the internet's going to turn itself off, or it's going to crash or something, and your GPS ain't going to work. Your Google Maps ain't going to work. All that shit ain't gonna work. You know, hey, you better be able to read a map book. How many of you out there? Here's a good question. Tyrannus, Tyke, any of you guys truck and flatbed, if you're still in here, Shannon Thomas, if you're still listening, how many of you can actually read a map book properly? Not just open the fucking book and go, okay, here, this page here is Illinois. This page here is, you know, Texas or whatever. How many of you know how to read the indexes and follow to find where you're going and what you're doing, calculate miles, low bridges, you know, highways, interstates, county roads, blah, blah, blah. How many of you actually know how to do that? I would imagine very few. Arpita, where have I? Oh, sorry, Alex. I thought so. I'm from New Zealand. Love your videos. Well, thanks, Alex. Appreciate that, man. So did you find, Alex, did you find my channel here from ET? No, because I didn't put my channel on that. Like I did a video for them last week, like I said, or a week or so ago. Now I didn't say my channel name on that on that video, right? I'd agreed not to. So I did not, but I did say in the video that I left ET and started my own channel. So I'm just wondering, did you find me through that, or were you just scanning around and you found me? So, Arpita, welcome. Yeah, popular. Yeah, I did okay over there, eh? Do you remember me? Arpita, your name, Arpita Singh Vlog, your name is familiar. It really is. Your name is familiar. But do I remember you? Not necessarily. Sorry, man. But if you're here now, I'm glad you're here. Face of ET Transport. Well, like I said, I did okay over there. I did okay. Now, don't get me wrong. Ronan's carried it a long way. When I left that channel, I think it was about 90,000 subs. And he's at 200 and he's got to be closing, I think, close to 220,000 subs on that channel. So Ronan's done quite a job over there with that channel. But I'm still got the most. I dig it to him every time I talk to him too. Hey, who's got the most videos? Who's got the most viewed videos on your channel? And I haven't even been there in 2 years. I started out reading maps. So that's exactly, Tyke, because when we started, we didn't have any of this shit, right? We didn't have any of this stuff. We didn't have a GPS, so you had no choice but to learn. I didn't even know you can read a map. Absolutely, you can read a map. Tyrannus, I can read a map and route. Hell, I can even plot a compass on a map. See, that's old school trucking right there. Waypoints and whatnot. Look at this guy go. Holy shit, Tyrannus. When I grew up, I would have been just like you. I think I found it just by flickering through channels, but when I wasn't too sure it was you or not. Surprise, it's me. I'm way better with paper maps than I am with a GPS. Well, once I get the GPS to work, right, and I can figure out like all the settings and get all the settings set to what I want, that's the most challenging part. After that, just putting addresses in, that's not a problem. But do I always have a map available to me? Usually. I don't right now. And I'm feeling, actually, they got them in here at this Love's. I might just go in and get one. And I might, my Rand McNally, I think is a 2020 or a 2021. So I might go in here and grab a new one. It'll be a 2024. So Arpita has been here before. Okay. You know what? Unfortunately, Arpita, I'm sorry, man. I see so many names come through. It's almost impossible, really impossible that I remember unless you're in here every time I go live or week after week or day after day. Then, of course, certain names, like, obviously, I know who Tyrannus is. I know who Kamale is. I know who 24 is. I know all these guys because they're here every single day. But, you know, if you've come in for a couple of times and then I don't see you for a couple of weeks or a month, then unfortunately, sorry. All the GPS units I have had are all crap. I've messed around with a few of them. Right now, I've got a Rand McNally. I've got the Overdrive Pro 8. And so far, I've been lucky. I've had, but it seems to be that I can't get more than 2 years out of one, right? I had the Rand McNally, then I had the Overdrive 7. I had the 5, like the tablet, when they first came out. So, but I'd get 2 years out of it, it would crash. 2 years out of it, it would crash. So this one here I've had for about a year and a half. We'll see how well it goes. But then in between, I switched over to the Garmin. I said, fuck this, and went to the Garmin. The fucking Garmin was even worse. I didn't like the configuration. I didn't like the way it was set up. I didn't like a lot of things. I found that the Rand McNally was the more user-friendly. So are they all crap? Yes. The only thing you can do is pick the best of the crap. That's all I can say. They all suck balls. It's interesting to see what's going on in the trucking world, but it's quite funny. Every single car driver in the world seems to be the flipping worst. And the truck driver gets the blame. Alex, it's been like that for years. It started to change and come around when they started putting outward-facing dash cams in, because a lot of times we were getting blamed for rear-ending or doing something, and it wasn't our fault. Somebody brake check you, somebody do something stupid. Now with the cameras, the outward-facing cameras, they've saved the truck drivers a lot of hassle, a lot of lawsuits, and a lot of money. But yeah, I agree with you. My dad's originally from the UK, and he used to drive from the UK to Saudi Arabia with no Google Maps back in the 80s. Dude, that's the way we used to do it, Alex, right? You'd start, like I'm Canadian, right? So I'd start up in that time there. I was running out of the Toronto area, so I'd either be running out of Toronto or Montreal, and I'd be running Toronto, out to Los Angeles, Toronto to Houston, Toronto to Florida, Toronto, and all you had was a map book, man. There's no GPS, no Google Maps, none of that. That's how we used to do it. A GPS can only jam me up 2 or 3 times before I toss it out the window in a rage. Well, that's pretty much what I do. And Tyrannus, you can ask Dar, I've done it. I took one of these fucking tablets and out the window it went. I had to stop and buy another one because that one went out the fucking. I was so mad. I was so angry it went out the window. I've done it. Trust me. I followed Brian IT on IT. I followed Brian on ET, then on his channel. I've even commented on some of the on his ET videos, educating him. Yes, you have, and you continue to educate me over here as well, Robert, and I thank you for it. Are you going to make videos like your old videos? I'm going to get back into doing some of that, yes. Yes, I'm going to get back into doing not necessarily vlogs. I did vlogs for a while, and vlogs are time-consuming, and they're very difficult to do. But I am going to get back into doing some how-to videos, tips and trade videos, some more shorts. We're going to get back into, obviously, doing more lives. I haven't been doing a lot of lives lately because of what's been going on in our lives. Are you going to make videos like your old? Yeah, I think so, yeah. I'll get back to it. What are the driving hours over there? The driving hours over here, it depends. If you're in Canada, you have a 70-hour week. Let's just go with the 70-hour work week. You have a 70-hour work week. You can be on duty for 14 hours. You can drive for 13 hours. You do not require a half an hour break. and you only have to be in the sleeper for 8 hours a night. That's if you're in Canada and you stay in Canada. But if you're in the US, or like say for me, once I cross the border into the US, I have to go onto their rules on their logbook. And again, they are allowed 14 hours on duty, but they're only allowed to drive for 11 hours. And you have to take a 30-minute break before you reach the 8 hour of driving. So, and then in your sleeper, you have to take a 10-hour break. In Canada, we only have to take an 8. And in Canada, your 14-hour day can be extended to 16 hours if during the day you take up to 2 hours off in no less than 30-minute increments. So if during the day, let's just say you're in Canada and you get up in the morning, you do your pre-trip, you drive for 2 hours, you stop, you do something, you're off duty for 2 hours or for 30 minutes, and then you drive and do it, and then you stop again and you're off duty for say an hour. So now you've got an hour and a half accumulated, and then you drive again, then you've got another. If you can accumulate 2 hours of off-duty time within your 13, you can extend your on-duty time from 14 hours up to 16. I very rarely have done it. You don't need to. If you've got a 14-hour day and you can drive for 13 and you don't have to take a half hour, that's an 800-mile day, dude. So you don't really need to do that. If the Americans had our driving hours, they'd be in heaven. GPS says to fuck me, so I'm old school, I guess. No, I hear you. Somebody will finally be there in 10 minutes. Damn. When somebody gets there, I'll end this live and I'll call you. I want to be on the phone with you when they get there. It'll be 4.5 hours by then. Yeah, I know. Thank God. Thank you, Camille. I got so pissed, stuck off route near Rutgers campus. When I chucked it, it almost hit a person on the sidewalk. No, I did it. I actually did it. I know exactly where I was. I was southbound I-81 just going through Scranton. Out the fucking window it went. Out the window it went. Smashed, demolished, whatever. Cars ran over it. I didn't care. Did not give a rat's ass. Had to stop and buy another one. Why is this thing not staying lit? See, the world wants me to stay, keep this live going. Cigar keeps going out. There we go. Also, fuck the Tappan Zee Bridge. So far, I've been pretty... Now, here's the trick I found with these Rand McNally's. Every time I take it in the house, I hook it onto... It jumps onto the house Wi-Fi, and I do the updates. If there's an update, I update. I always make sure the goddamn thing has got the latest map update on them. Because if you let them go too long, you know, it will route you down the wrong way. Like, the one problem I have with the Rand McNally, and it does this to me constantly, I'll be on the highway. It'll tell me to get off at whatever exit, and it wants me to go up the exit, cross the street, go down the exit, and get back on the highway. What is this? You know, I know I'm not getting off at that exit. I just go on by, and then this truck starts spinning for a second, then it corrects itself. But the Rand McNally's have a tendency to, it does that once in a while. Probably every couple of weeks I'll see that. That's the biggest one. Very rarely does it run me down a road that I'm not supposed to be on or anything like that. And if it has, luckily I've caught it long before, you know, because I'll check my routes anyway. But I've been lucky. I'm booked now in the hometown of the legendary Popcorn Sutton. I don't have a clue where that is. Fuck the GW bridge first, though. Well, fuck the cost of crossing it. You know what it costs to cross the GW now? Tyrannus, it's insane, man. It's insane. I think it's, well, the last time, see, again, I don't pay for it. Part of my contract is I have that, and I don't pay for that. So I take all the toll roads I want, and I take the bridge crossings and border crossings. I don't pay for any of that because that's part of my deal, and the company pays for all of that. So I'm lucky there. So I don't pay for that GW crossing. But if I did, I think it's what, $150 to cross that bridge. The last time I had to pay cash out of hand, it was 100. So I think it's 150. It might be more now, but that's insane. That's insane. Think about the revenue that's generated on that bridge alone. That's insane. Good to see you though, Buck. What's your weight limit on a load in New Zealand? Working class is 64 tons, and we don't have any interstate two-lane roads. My truck is the last American made. What is the freight Argosy? What is the, oh, so okay. So our weight limits over here, like for standard freight in the United States is 80,000. Truck, trailer, and load, 80,000 pounds. So whatever you want to calculate that in tons is what, 40 or 20 or sorry, 36,000 tons or 38,000 tons. So 80,000 pounds. Anything over 80,000 pounds. Okay, I got you, Dar. Anything over 80,000 pounds, you got to be permitted for. And we do, believe it or not, we do have Argosies over here. The cab overs, we've got a few of them. There's still quite a few of them running around over here. Pretty cool trucks. The last one I saw actually had a 60 series Detroit in it. A 60 series Detroit in it. Very cool. Very cool. Do I have a weekly miles limit? No, you run as much as you can, as fast as you can. But here's the thing. They will give you a lot. They will give you, if you pull into a scale and your hours of service and the miles that you've run that day don't add up, they'll give you a ticket for that. They'll know that you've been running and exceeding your miles. Camille, you just drive as much as you possibly can. You know, it's possible. It's possible. Guys do it quite often. You know, I used to, before I was on, like when I was out on the spot market, I used to average anywhere between 3,000 and 3,500 miles a week. But you can break a 4,000 mile week. If you're doing, you know, long haul, and you got like, you're loading in LA, in New York, you're delivering in Los Angeles, and nothing, you have no problems. You can get down, get emptied, get reloading, get back before your 70 hours is up. You can turn a 4,000 mile week. It is possible to do. I've done it. Moonshine Brian. Yeah, you got it, baby. Look at this fucking cigar is falling apart in my hands. Falling apart. Shame on me. I've been following the GPS and done that off the exit and back on. And so it happens everywhere, eh? It's not just me. But I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Robert, don't you have a TomTom? I don't think I've seen a TomTom for trucks over here. They might have it now. I don't know. I think the big ones are Grand McNally, Garmin, Diesel. People use Google Maps, or now there's apps now that people use. But I don't think anybody's. I don't think TomTom makes one for the trucks over here. But I know that they do have them over in Europe. In New Zealand, it's 14 hours on duty or driving over 5.5, then a break. So then the driver is 13 hours, and you have to have a 10-hour break every night and 24-hour break for the week. But we have paper. So you give me a paper logbook, and you watch how much more productive I'll be. You give Tyrannus a fucking a paper logbook, I guarantee you, his productivity level will go through the roof. Canadians don't know nothing about no corn squeezing. Really? Really? You guys hear that? He's 2 trucks over. He just decided to crank it up. Logs. I don't ELD, but are coming, and we don't get paid for per K rate as a company driver hourly. Oh yeah, you get paid hourly. they're experimenting. They're still experimenting with the hourly paid drivers here in Canada. Hold on. They're still experimenting with the paper, not the paper, sorry, the hourly paid drivers in Canada here. I'm not sure they're going to make it. They're not going to make it work. I'm not sure they're going to make it work. I've heard that in a video that in Canada, after 3,500 miles, you got to take a 36 hour. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. After 3,500 miles, hell no. Absolutely not. In Canada, just remember, in Canada, you can do 4,000 miles easily, right? You got 13 hours to drive every day. So if you're driving across country, you can easily make 4,000 miles. There's no. In the U.S., though, your break is 34 hours. In Canada, our break is 36 hours. So we got to take 2 hours off more. That's why we're so much better rested than you guys are. Are there Canadian moonshiners? Yes, there are. Tyrannus, there are. In Canada, it's not so much called moonshine. They do have it. My daughters drink it, believe it or not. There are moonshiners there, but in here in Canada, it's called screech. You guys call it moonshine. We call it screech. It's produced the same way. Produced the exact same way as moonshine is. But we call it in Canada, it's called screech. And it will tear the flame. It'll take the paint clean right. Need these glasses right. It'll take the paint clean off your house if you want it to. It's not the miles, yeah. Camille, basically, you got 70 hours. As many miles as you can cram into 70 hours without going into your recap hours. But let's say you say you're basing it on a 70-hour week. As many miles as you can cram into that 70, that's what you can do. We can't run those miles. Yeah, well, you guys are governed at 55 miles an hour. That hurts. And you only got 9 hours. But mind you, Robert, you guys aren't running the vast miles that we are, right? Like you can run out of England and run all over Europe. And, you know, that's not a 3,000, 4,000 mile week, right? Here in Pakistan, no paper log book, no nothing. Drive how much you want, stop when you want. Just deliver the load safely. Yeah, that's what it used to be like here. Well, we used to have paper logbooks, and with a paper logbook, you can pretty much run those rules if you want. SST, I'm having lunch at Bear Creek Waters, just up the street from Wheels Through Time. Don't have a clue where that is, but I hope you're having a good lunch, a good dinner. Company drivers in New Zealand get paid hourly rate, so we don't get rate. Too, so we don't get paid. Wow. I bought pickle moon. Dar bought pickle moonshine. Now, believe me, I am not drinking pickle moonshine. I don't care what anybody says. I am not drinking pickle moonshine. I don't drink moonshine, and I don't drink, but I'm not drinking. I wouldn't drink. Even if I drank, I would not be drinking pickle moonshine. Mind you, Dar drinks pickle juice right out of. We'll finish a jar of pickles, and she'll drink the juice. Supposedly good for your digestion. What's going on, Kels? Good to see you, man. Or ma'am. Sorry about that. Sorry. My apologies. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Do me a favor, would you, Kels? Work out a way to keep the cigar lit. Is she not staying? I'm just going to have to puff harder. That's what she said. Just going to have to puff harder. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this sucker. She's coming right apart. Look at this. I've actually got a runner. It's actually, I just lit it, but it's got a runner down here. It's actually lit. All of that, all in there is one great big heater in there. It just hasn't made its way out to the outside of the roll. Damn. You don't usually see that with an Alec Bradley. Kells, gorgeous legend ever. Look at you. Look at you, Tolga. Oh, I think Tolga's in love. The Freightliner Argosy that I drive has a 60 series. Let me tell you something. That is my favorite engine. That is my favorite engine in the world. I've driven them all. I've owned 2 Cats, 2 Cummins, at a 3406 Cat, at a C13 Cat, had a Volvo D13. I've had 2 ISXs. I've never owned an N14, but I've owned 2 ISXs. I've got a DD15 in this, which I'm very happy with. I've owned a 12.760 series. My favorite engine of all time is a 12.760 series Detroit. In my humble opinion, best engine ever built. Keep token on it. Babe, I'm killing it. Look at this thing. Look at the heater. It's falling apart. Usually you don't have your wrapper do that, especially with a better quality cigar. But this one just is not cooperating. The only thing you can usually do is you take your cutter, right, and you get it in there, and then you just, cut that part off. But it's so close to the end anyway. I might as well just smoke it. It's like Wile E. Coyote or whatever. You light the cigar and it goes boom and blows up. That's about the stage I'm at right now. ELDs are slow coming here. I meant to say we don't get paid. You don't get paid a kilometer rate. You get paid by you're paid by the hour. I'm probably dehydrated right now, so I may drink pickle juice when I finally get home. Glenn will have some in his fridge when you get there. It's about 2,000 miles from the top of Scotland to the south of Spain. There you go. There you go. Oh, you deleted. Now here's an interesting fact, and this may or may not affect me, but because I work for a company out of Ontario, right? I'm Canadian. I work for a company out of Ontario. My truck is supposed to be governed, and I have to have all of my DPF, EGR, everything has to be working, right? But if I was working in Alberta, for a company out of Alberta, I could delete this whole truck. I could delete all of the EGR. I could take it all off and basically run just the engine and turbo the way it's supposed to be run. There's no emissions in Alberta. I can run all of that. Interesting fact. I didn't really realize that. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and we were discussing that. Not that I have any plans on going anywhere. I enjoy where I'm at. I'm doing fairly well where I'm at, so I got no desire to go. I tried to call and no answer, so I came here and you found him. You're talking about Tolga. Yeah. If I'm live and you need Tolga, he's probably here. The tow is here. All right, so the tow is there. Fantastic. Now that cigar looks like my first partnership. There was a big hole near the business end. Well, that cigar went for a ride. I hate to throw out a good cigar like that, but it's painful, but I did. And most you can earn here as a trucker is $1,000 to $1,500 maximum in a month if you are working in a large company. Kamal, I know that I got a friend of mine that's a company driver in where's Pat? He's out of Germany. and he's a company, the same thing. They're capped, right? They will only make, doesn't matter how much work they do, they're capped. They will only make so much money as a company driver. The owner-operators seem to make more. But in Robert's case, it seems that the owner-operator that he's working for is losing his shirt, right? He's absolutely losing. Robert's making more than the truck is. Hey, good job if you can get it, man. Good job if you can get it. The Scania V8 would be better if they didn't have regulations. 770 to 1,000 horsepower. Yeah. Well, that's the other fucking thing, eh? You guys run big horsepower engines over there, right? You guys run big horse. Like I know that Pat's got the Mercedes, right? He's got the truck is a Mercedes truck that he drives, and the engine that he's got in that thing's running at 650 horsepower. Like we don't run big horsepower engines over here anymore, right? Because we're all running on fuel mileage, right? My truck, when I got this truck, it was set at 505. I took it down to 465, and then readjusted the torque settings to go with it, right? Because I'm going for fuel mileage. But for some reason, the Europeans haven't figured out that you guys can run those big V8s with the big horsepower and still get decent fuel mileage out of it. You know, you're getting good fuel mileage out of it. So I don't know, man. I don't know. We could really take a lesson. Mind you, you guys are 4 to 5 years ahead of us in your engine technology. You guys are running engines over there that we won't see over here for 5 years. And I'm talking about, most of the time, I'm talking about Volvos. Like the D13 engine that we have here now, right? They had in Europe 3 to 5 years ago. And I know that because I got a friend of mine who was a technician over there, a mechanic over there, and he did his apprenticeship and he worked for Volvo over there. And then when he moved here and he started working for Volvo here, he was looking at these going like, what the fuck? Like we were working on these engines years ago. Like you guys are, and then they are. The engines over in Europe, the Volvo engines and the Scanias, you guys are years ahead of what we've got here. Like you guys had a lot of your emissions bullshit figured out and solved years before we did. Don't know. Your brother and Dar are heading to the nearest car dealership. That's fine. Knock yourself out. My brother's the car guy, right? He's in car sales and car dealerships and whatnot like that. So he'd be the guy to take her into the dealership. He'd probably she'd come out with a smoking deal. Hey, Bri, you want Denny's or Smoky Bones barbecue? Let's go with the Smoky Bones. If you're stopping for Smoky Bones barbecue, if you can get the truck in there and get it, go get it. But here the truck is an art piece of beauty. A lot of them are here too. Here, I'll show you something here. I don't know if I can spin this camera around. Is there a way to do this? Hold on. I don't know. Hold on a second here. That W990 that I was talking about earlier, like I'm not a big fan of, but this one here. Hold on. Not a bad looking truck, man. Like I love the color on this truck. Like the setup on it, like the color scheme he's got. He's got a real nice color scheme on this. You know, years ago, and I say years ago, guys still do it, but years ago we used to have guys that would do up their trucks, and I did it. I did it with my first Kenworth. I did it with my Peterbilt. You put all the chicken lights on it, chrome it all out, turn it into a piece of art. Nowadays I don't. Mind you, I drive a Cascadia, so you know you're not really going to do that. But back then we used to really do it upright. Nowadays, I don't do it anymore because chrome doesn't make you any more money, and it doesn't go any fast, and it doesn't help with the resale value. Like when I sold the Kenworth that was all chromed out and the lights and all the shit, I didn't make a single penny more because it was all the chrome and everything. The Peterbilt it did because I just happened to find the right guy, and I turned all the lights on and the dash lit up and it was blue and da 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 da. And he went, oh, shiny. And I was able to get the price I wanted. But now, nah, not so much. I'm on $37 an hour, $37 an hour. Believe me, the hourly guys over here are not making $37 an hour. They're probably about $25, $26 an hour. We got European trucks here, but I like my Argosy. I love Argosies. Great trucks. On the American trucks, we delete the EGRs. Well, I would too. Yeah, I agree, Robert. Emissions are bullshit. They really are. And now they're coming up with a new thing because the DEF fluid they've discovered is more trouble than it's worth. And it's actually putting out more harmful emissions than your regular engine does. So now they've already stated that for 2025 or 26 or something, there'll be a new system coming out. Oh, I can hardly wait for that. They came out in like 2009 and 2010, and it took them till 2018 to 2019 to get the bugs worked out of that, right? So it took them 10 years to work the bugs out of that. Now they're going to come out with another new system. Great, there's 10 more years of fucking around. So, nah, I don't think I want to deal with that. If you guys haven't seen the Pakistani truck channel, you have no idea how the rest of the world trucks. I have not, but I will check it out. Anyway, guys, you know what? I'm going to kill this only because I want to check on Dar, okay? I got to check in with her, make sure she's good, make sure she's getting treated right. So I'm going to shut this down. I'll probably go live again later this afternoon, maybe early evening, something like that. Not like I got anything better to do. I'm just sitting here with my thumb in my ass. So thanks for hanging out with me. Good to see everybody. Stuck in traffic, 12 miles, 1 hour. You're in Montreal, baby. You're in Quebec. What do you expect? I'm going to go check out that Pakistani channel, though. I get paid €150 a day plus naughty bonus. Attaboy. Take what you can get, right? Anyway, guys, we'll hit you up later. Be looking for you. You guys be good. Alex, make sure you subscribe. Come back.